All right, here we go. Let's cook. So the title of today's discussion is God just is, beyond emotion, beyond begging, beyond hope, right? God is beyond all of these three things. God is beyond emotion. God is unmoved by your emotion because God just is. God is beyond begging. God is unmoved by your begging, only looking to unconditionally support you in who you are being. And beyond hope. God is beyond hope. Only interested in what you know yourself to be, right? Remember, identity is the master frequency. If you want to think about frequency as an alignment and all that, throw it all out the window. Crumple it up, throw it out. What is important is your identity. Identity is king. Okay? So emotion is the human translation of energy. Okay, this is how we're going to think about energy. Emotion is the human translation of energy. But God is what? God is the energy itself. Your emotion is just the translation of it. It's not the truth of it. It's just the translation of it. Energy just is. Energy just is it's just God in motion. That's all. Okay? But emotion, energy in motion, emotion is simply a translation of that oneness, of that one power. All right, let me give you an example. Okay? Let me give you an example. Right now, you have the energy of God flowing through you because you walk into a situation, the bill comes, and you look at that bill. And if you have a prosperity mindset, okay, you might say, well, this is just another opportunity for God to show out through me. All right. This is just something I can pay, right? It's no big deal. I can pay it. But if you have a lack mindset, you might say, damn, not again. You might get nervous or upset. Okay. The same situation, the same energy, the same God flows through you. However, the translation of that energy equals an emotion. All right. The love that you have for someone, you might love that specific person. You see them with somebody else. That love you have turns into jealousy, anger, doubt, the feeling of betrayal. Same energy. The emotion is a translation. But if all of a sudden they walk up to you, that love is translated as what? It's euphoria. It's just bliss. Okay, it's compassion. It's all these different things. Same energy. The emotion is just a translation. Okay? So there is only God. That energy in motion is just God in motion. But because we have an ego and we have these different stories that we've been using to walk through life, right? Well, I tell a story of things are working out or things are not working out. Money flows to me or money doesn't. Women treat me well or they don't, right? I have these stories. So when that energy flows through me, I translate it and that shows up as an emotion. That's all an emotion is. Okay, it's a translation of God. And God just is. But as humans, we translate that energy and we get an emotion. Okay? Cool. So when you resist what is, you freeze divine energy mid-creation. What does that mean? When you resist what is, you freeze divine energy mid-creation. What does resisting what is mean? I just can't. It just can't be like this. Damn, bro. Why does the situation look like this? I just don't want it to be like that. Just nothing's ever working, right? I'm judging wherever I'm at as the end. When it's not the end, it's just the middle. But if I treat it like the end because you're so damn powerful, it becomes the end. Okay? So when I resist, I freeze divine energy mid-creation. Next, when I allow, you let the current reshape itself into what you desire. It's all creation. Resistance is creation. Allowing is creation. But the more I'm resisting, I'm simply identifying with this thing. Okay, let me give you a solid example. Okay. What happens out there is that you're with this person, right? You've fallen in love with this person, and then you find out that they're with somebody else. Okay, this third party comes into the picture. And now what happens is you begin identifying with that situation. You're like, what did I do to create it? Why are they doing this? What do I need to change to be a different person to attract a different version of them? You're constantly identifying, clinging on to that. This cannot be right. I must be doing something wrong. This situation cannot be what it is. I will not allow it to just flow and know who I am. I can't allow this situation just to be what it is. I'm constantly trying to, why is it like that? What's going on? What are they doing? Who are they with? What was I affirming? How can I do it differently? All I'm doing is I'm identifying as this person. Okay, let me say it a little bit more clearly. All right. If I'm trying to figure out what I did to create this, then what I'm saying is I am the person that created this. This is what I choose. So even resisting in itself is a choosing of the situation. Instead of just simply saying, okay, the situation is what it is, but I am that I am. You're going to have opportunities or moments in life where things show up that you don't want, and you get to make a choice and say, okay, do I care enough to choose differently? Do I care enough to choose the same? Or do I just not care about it? Do I just want to move on about my life? You can do that. But oftentimes we'll just spend so much time trying to figure out, why did I do this? Why did I do this? And all we're doing is we're continuously identifying with the situation we don't want, with that thing we don't want, instead of just choosing different. Okay? My bad. I don't think I hit live on Instagram. Let me check. Sure didn't. Oh well. Drop you off in the middle. All right, so here we go. The addiction to hope. The addiction to hope. Okay? People in church will cry, shout, dance, and collapse under the weight of their own emotion and still leave with the same problems they brought in. They confuse catharsis with creation. Every Sunday becomes a high, a hit of spiritual dopamine to soothe the ache of deferred belief. Hope becomes the most addictive drug on earth. It feels holy, but it keeps fulfillment always in tomorrow. When we get too caught up in our emotions, this is what happens. This is when we get too caught up in our emotions. This is what happens. All right. So they say, God, please bless me, as if God is holding out. They sing, Lord, move, not realizing that God already moved the moment they were born through them. So Mark 11:24, right? What does the Bible say? It says, whatsoever ye ask for in prayer, whatsoever, not some things, not the things you beg for most, whatsoever ye ask for in prayer, believe that ye have received it and it shall be yours. I love that. Shall be yours. What did it do, Abby? Yet they believe in the asking and not the having. They mistake noise for knowing, forgetting that the divine is not persuaded by emotion, but mirrored in consciousness. Okay, so this discussion, we're going to go down this path a little bit more. Right, that was the warm up, right? But we don't have to just talk about church. We can talk about in the spiritual community as well. People get so caught up in their emotions, the affirmations, they make gratitude a plea of lack. All right, if you pretend to have gratitude for something that you don't know if you're going to have yet, and you're using it as some bargain, what is the difference between me sitting here and trying to conjure up some fake feeling of gratitude to convince and persuade God to give it to me versus sitting in a church and doing the same shit? You're doing the exact same thing, right? We call this straitjacket time. You're simply living in delusion. All right. So here we go. Number 2, God is not moved by emotion. God is not your therapist or your audience. God doesn't weep when you weep, nor rage when you rage, because God is the stillness underneath both. Okay. God is the stillness underneath both. Right? Y'all don't miss the point. Don't miss the point. Hold on. Hold on. Delusion is not the point when it comes to dealing with God. When it comes to dealing with God. All right. I'm not talking about your desire. I'm talking about the knowing that you are source. Okay. I'm talking about how you treat God. Right. So, all right. Let me get a little background. Okay. I don't want y'all to get off topic. All right. When we talked about the story of Job, okay, metaphysically, what was the first question that Satan asked? Satan representing the adverse thoughts, the other side of consciousness. Okay. It was, Does Job fear God for nothing? Meaning, are you simply worshiping God just cause? Or are you doing it because you think there's some benefit for it? If I beg harder, if I worship harder, if I scream louder, then I will touch God. Okay? But what I'm getting at in this is God just is. God is unmoved by your praise. God is unmoved by your bitterness. God is unmoved by your gratitude. God is unmoved by any of that. Only moved, only support, only looking to support you in what? Who you're being. The decision that you make. Okay? Who you are being and the decision that you make. All right? So here we go. God doesn't weep when you weep, nor rage when you rage, because God is the stillness underneath both. Emotion is the human translation of energy. God is the energy itself. To say God is love is not to say that God feels love, but that God is the conditionless state from which all love emanates. Beautiful. All right. So, quote from Meister Eckhart: God is not found in the soul by adding anything, but by subtracting. Right? God is not in the soul found by adding more affirmations, more praise, more feeling, more emotion, by removing all those illusions that say that God is not already present with you right now. Okay? Emotion is addition, right? Reaction, movement, turbulence. God is the silence before thought, the equilibrium beneath chaos. So when you cry, God doesn't move, God remains. Right? This is the power, right? This is the power. This is the power that I'm trying to push you towards. Okay? It's to realize that even in your emotion, God is still there, present, still. Fully present, fully still, right? When is the last time that you have sat within your anxiety or your frustration or your fear and you have let it washed over you and simply decided, simply reminded yourself that even here, God is still there. Even here, God is still fully present, 100% involved. Even in this moment, I am still everything I desire to be. Even in this moment, I am still everything I desire to be. Okay? So let's get into that, all right? So we get beyond the emotion. Okay? Now remember, every identification that you could have, every emotion that can rise up, where does it rise up? It rises up within consciousness, within awareness, within God, within the mind of God. And the mind of God just is. Okay? It's just existence, it's just awareness, it's just consciousness. Okay? So without that foundation of just I am, you couldn't even experience I am sad. I feel sad. I have this sadness moving through my body. Right? I am prosperity. All of that requires the stillness of God underneath. Okay? That foundation. Okay? Now, once we understand that that foundation is there, okay, and everything is built on top of it, now the next part is what? The law reflects being and not begging. So let's go into it, all right? So God is not withholding your blessing. God is reflecting your being. Every circumstance in your life is God saying, this is what you have declared yourself to be. The universe does not discriminate between saint or sinner, believer or atheist. It reflects consciousness very impersonally. Okay? You're not being supported or blessed because you follow a moral law, a law of morality, a man-made code of ethics. You are 100% supported because of your existence. Because you exist right now is proof of your worthiness. Because you breathe oxygen, because your heart is beating right now is proof of your absolute worthiness. It cannot be added to, it cannot be taken away. Can't be added to, cannot be subtracted from. It just is. It's unconditional. It's absolutely unconditional. All right? The only thing that you are supported in is in who you are being. When you decide you are prosperity, you are supported. When you decide that you are lack, you are supported unconditionally. This is how worthy and powerful that you are. Okay? So this is why the so-called quote unquote worldly can possibly manifest with more precision than the devout. My bad. It's been a long day, y'all. They don't beg, they decide. They say it is mine, and creation reorganizes itself accordingly. All right. So the Kabbalah teaches what? God becomes what man imagines. God becomes what man imagines. It's a very profound statement. God becomes what man imagines. What does it mean, God? Right? What is God? God is the fabric of reality itself. God is reality, its existence itself. Okay? So you sit as God, in the middle of God, deciding how you are going to perceive yourself, which is reality. Right? How do I perceive me, which is reality? Okay? And now God reorganizes itself, right? Like I've always told you, we don't go far enough when we talk about reality creation. Because we'll say your words, your thoughts, your declarations, your decrees, who you are being creates reality. Okay, cool. Everybody can get with that. Who I am creates reality. I am creates reality. Cool. And we'll say, okay, well, I am moves the universe, reorganizes the universe. Cool. We can go even farther, right? God becomes what man imagines. Your decrees move God. Your decrees move heaven. Heaven and earth move when you make a decree of who you are. This is how powerful you are. You're not just powerful, you're all powerful. You're not just a fragment of God. You're the fullness of God pretending to be a fragment. Okay? So Neville Goddard, quote, right? God only acts and is in existing beings or men. God only acts or is. God only exists within beings, within men, within women, within the gods and the goddesses walking this planet. God only exists as you, nowhere else, right? Now, of course, this is a concession, and it's a concession simply made to illustrate a point. Because I know somebody's going to try to drop a point. Well, no, God exists everywhere. Okay, the point here is what? God moves within you. You are the one who organizes, arranges, and puts God into action in reality. It's simply you. All right? So here we go. God becomes what man imagines, because imagination is the creative voice of God within man. Every image held in consciousness is a seed cast into the field of the infinite. You do not ask God to create. You don't ask, you don't beg, you don't plead. You command creation through awareness. What are you aware of being? Who are you aware of being? How do you choose to see reality? Do you choose to see reality as an unfolding of miracles? Or do you choose to see reality as a struggle, as a prison, as a battle, as something to barely survive? Or do you see it as something that is constantly supporting you? It's constantly showing you miracles. It's constantly showing you love. Either way you see it, you're going to be proven right. Okay? So here we go. The divine has no form until you give it one. When you picture love, abundance, or peace, you're not wishing for it. You are summoning it into existence. The universe does not respond to your words, but what you are conscious of being. To imagine is to mold the invisible substance of God into visible form. This is all simply a cute way of saying make a decision on who you are. Make a decision that reality just supports you, that everything works out for you, that money loves you, it supports you. It's this energy that flows from you, and it always finds a way to add to you. It always finds a way to support you in what you want, the trips you want, the foods you want to eat, the cars you want to drive, the places you want to live, the things you want to do for family. Money always finds a way to support you. Why? Because money unconditionally loves you. Because money is God. Prosperity is God. And God unconditionally loves you. And if God is love, if God is prosperity, then why wouldn't prosperity do these things for you? It's going back to the truth of who you are. We don't look at money like it's something out there given by men. They're simply portals. All of these empty avatars are just portals where God's prosperity flows through them back to me because I am the source of it anyway. You have no choice but to give me money. Matter of fact, if you walk too close to me, you might just want to give me some money. It's just how it is. This is how much prosperity loves me. This is how much God loves me. This is how much I know that I am God. It is no difference from me to you. No difference. Okay? So here we go. To imagine is to mold the invisible substance of God into form. God does not act apart from you. God acts as you. The eternal I am waits behind every thought, ready to become whatever follows it. Say I am broken, and the divine arranges reality to match it. Say I am confused, and reality matches it. Say I am whole, and the same power moves mountains to fulfill it. The truth has never been about begging a deity above, but awakening the divinity within. For the law is eternal. God becomes what man imagines. The law is eternal. It's eternal. It's unchanging. It's unconditional. It is always looking to support you. Your prayer is not what you say. It is what you embody. It's what you decide. It is the I amness of who you are, okay? To pray from lack is to multiply lack. To pray from wholeness is to multiply abundance, right? So Proverbs 23:7 says what? As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, right? Not just as a man thinketh. His thoughts are just thoughts, but I am. As a man thinketh in his heart, in his heart. Heart implies knowing, right? We talked about this in detail, and I'll give a little overview, right? The heart. When we typically think of a heart-centered person, we'll think of love. One of the other key things that's associated with the heart space, whether you want to think about it as the heart chakra, heart energy center, just living heart-centered, righteousness and integrity. Let's think about righteousness, okay? Typically, when we hear righteousness, it's been perverted by the world. The world has perverted the definition of righteousness. So when you think of righteousness, you might automatically be swayed to think of a man-made law. Righteousness means doing what the church says. Righteousness means doing what the law says. Righteousness means do what this person says. No. So when we actually start breaking down even scripture and we go to the Abraham verse, what did it say? It said, Abraham believed in the Lord and he counted it to him as righteousness. And you might say, he believes in God. But remember, God's not really moved by your belief in it. The Spirit just is. Spirit's unmoved. Spirit, you can't be more or less chosen because you believe in God more. Okay? That's not how it works. God just is. You're unconditionally supported, whether you believe in God, love God, hate God, turn your back on God, whatever the case may be. When you decide who you are, you're unconditionally supported. That's just how the law works. So when we look at the word Lord, okay, Old Testament, it translates to law, the law. Abraham believed in the law, and it was counted to him as righteousness. What is the law? The law is what you know over what you see. So this is why even Jesus said, right, judge not by appearance, but judge by righteous judgment. Judge by righteous judgment. So if we go back to the Old Testament, when it said Abraham believed in the law and it was counted to him as righteousness, Abraham thought he knew he was going to have descendants like the stars, even though he was old as shit and his wife was barren as shit. Okay? So it wasn't that he believed in God to bless him. It was that he believed in the law. He believed in the knowing of who he was. I will have these descendants, point blank, period. Reality looks like I'm barren. It looks like I'm old. It looks like my wife is crusty, dusty, and musty, right? But I can still have the life that I desire. This is righteousness, okay? So when we talk about living righteousness, living righteously, it means I see through the illusion. This is what it means. It has nothing to do with what some man says is right or wrong. Righteousness, that you have to climb this ladder to get to God. There's no ladder. You cannot add or subtract from your worthiness. Anybody who tells you that is just hoping and praying that one day After they die, there will be some reward for them regurgitating shit they heard somebody else says. There is no ladder of righteousness. God just is. You are unconditionally God. All of you, 100%. If you are breathing, there is nobody walking this planet that is closer to God than you. If your heart is beating right now, nobody walking this earth, nobody walking through this cosmos is closer to God than you. Nobody. No thing, nobody. God is closer to you than you are to your damn self. Okay? Cool. Here we go. So this is why he says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Because the heart implies righteousness. It implies knowing. So when you think of the heart, it's knowing, right? Because remember, it's not about feelings, as a man thinketh in his heart. I saw that question pop up. Is this about feelings? Do feelings matter? No. Because even scripture will tell you what? The heart is deceitful above all things. Who can know it? You hear that? You're like, whoa, hold up. The heart is deceitful above all things. Who can know it? But it's also saying, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. What the Which one is which? Right? Remember, when we say the heart is deceitful above all things, who can know it? It's talking about emotions. The feelings, the emotions, they're not the truth of you. They rise and fall like weather, right? If it rains tomorrow, we're not going to start calling the sky rain. We're just going to say, oh yeah, it's raining today. That's it. It's just weather. It comes and it goes. That's it. That is it. All right. So remember that. The emotions are deceitful, right? They will have you thinking you are unworthy when you are absolutely worthy. They will have you thinking you're out of alignment when that doesn't even make sense because you are God. How can you be out of alignment? What does that even mean? How could God be out of alignment with itself? Absolutely makes no sense. Okay? So now, this is what it's talking about. So hopefully that was more clear. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As you know yourself to be, that's what you are. The law is simple. Whatever you are conscious of being, you will express. The law is extremely simple. Extremely simple, extremely beautiful. Whatever you decide that you are. I decide that I'm prosperity. I decide that money supports me. I decide that love flows to me. I decide that, life loves me. When you make a decision on who you are, reality must respond because reality is you. Right? It always still comes back to that choice. Cool. All right. So next, the impersonality of the divine. The impersonality of the divine. The divine is impartial. Like light, it shines on the just and unjust alike. Right? That's paraphrased from Matthew 5:45. The divine is impartial. Like light, it shines on the just and unjust alike. It doesn't punish or reward, it reveals. The same substance forming your suffering forms your salvation. It is only arranged differently. Beautiful, right? All right, so here's the poet Rumi. What did Rumi say? Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. I'm gonna let that marinate. Let that marinate hit you right there. Okay. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing. All beyond those illusions of wrong and right, there is a field. I'll meet you there. Beautiful. Out beyond the noise of judgment, where right and wrong dissolve into the silence of being, there is a field untouched by duality. It is the place before thoughts. It is a place before name. It is a place before judgment. It is a place before the split between holy and unholy. In that field, there are no sinners or saints, no winners or lost ones, only the rhythm of God breathing through all that is. It is where the river forgives the stone for being still, and the stone forgives the river for being wild. It is the ground where the soul finally remembers nothing was ever separate. I will meet you there. Okay, I will meet you there, right? Not as a believer and doubter, not as a victim and victor, but as awareness recognizing itself in another form. There, we do not pray for peace. We simply are peace. There, forgiveness is not an act, but a state. Every wound becomes light. Every story becomes silence. Every I dissolves into am. In that boundless field, love does not choose sides, for there are no sides left to take, only the vast, nameless presence that has always been home. Beautiful. Absolutely divine with your divine ass. All right. So that field, what is the field being referenced to? It's God consciousness. It's unity consciousness. It's oneness. It's beyond the judgments of right and wrong and this and that. Holy and unholy. Saved and unsaved. Chosen and unchosen. Right. It's beyond that. It's beyond that. All right. So that field is God consciousness. Unbothered by duality, free from judgment, it simply is. When you resist what is, you freeze divine energy mid-creation. When you allow, you let the current reshape itself into what you desire. This is why Jesus says, "Blessed is he who believes before he sees." The seeing is not proof of God. The believing is the movement of God. Beautiful. Okay. So number 5, worship versus alignment. Worship versus alignment. Okay. Here we go. Worship is not measured by sound, but by state. Worship is not measured by sound, but by state. You can sing until your throat is raw and still live in contradiction. True worship is identification, knowing yourself as one with the infinite. When Jesus said the Father and I are one, right? John 10:30. This wasn't some divine privilege that Jesus was claiming over you. Okay? This was simply principle. The I am is the name of God. Right? It's the vibration of creation. It's the echo of existence itself. Okay? So this was simply calling you to remember who you are. I and the Father are one. I and the Father are one. God is not impressed by praise or moved by tears. God is not coming to your local church to pick up the tithe basket because God has no need for your dollar bills. God is love. Right? God is the reality of love. Even your bitterness is embraced by the same unconditional presence. So the Gnostic Gospel of Thomas. Beautiful quote. If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. The next part of this is actually what? If you don't bring forth what is within you, what you know, it will destroy you. It will destroy you. Okay? When you bring forth your divinity, when you understand that you are already one with your desires, one with source, now you allow all of those things to unfold and you can look at life with righteousness. But when you don't bring forth your divinity and you still believe your desire is separate, something to work for, strive to become, all of those things, what's going to happen? It's going to destroy you. You're going to drive yourself crazy. Huh? Every event in your life is a mirror. When you curse your reflection, you're not punished. Because God's not looking to punish you. You're not being tested. You're not being punished. Nothing is being withheld. You're prolonged in illusion. Too busy reacting. Too busy clinging. Too busy trying to change the mirror instead of simply deciding who you are. This is where your power is. Your power is not in trying to change anything out there. Whatever is out there just is what it is. But you get to decide who you are. When you shift your awareness, the reflection changes. The kingdom of heaven is not a place you go, it's a state you embody. When you remember this, Begging becomes obsolete. You no longer wait for miracles. You walk as one. You don't chase God. You don't worship to be noticed. You simply choose. That was the banger right there. That was the part. You don't chase God. You don't worship to be noticed. You simply choose. How could you not be noticed by what you already are? How could you need to praise and sing for what you already are? There is nothing to get closer to, because God has never left. There was never a distance. You simply choose. For in the awareness of I am, all things already exist. Absolutely divine. Okay? So a couple reflection questions, then I got a letter, then we'll do questions. Okay? So here we go. Number 1. Am I worshiping a God outside myself or remembering the God within? Straightforward. I won't even go into a little more detail on that one. We'll just go straight to number 2. Number 2 is what? Where am I mistaking emotion for faith? That one's a little bit more hard hitting. That one's a little heavier. Where are you mistaking emotion for faith? Do you think emotion is faith? Did that one allow you to think a little bit? Did that one make you go, huh? Where am I mistaking emotion for faith? Right? How can you flip it? How can you really get to that core of no matter what? No matter what I feel, I simply am what I choose to be. I am what I desire to be because I choose to be what I desire to be. Okay? There are going to be days where it's easy to quote unquote have faith, right? It's going to be days where you just feel good. You wake up and beautiful woman on your left, right? The sun just seems to peek through the window a little bit brighter. All right. Matter of fact, you left when it was still dark, went and got a good workout in, came back, had a protein shake. She was still in the bed. The sun cracks through the window. You yawn, you shower. Life is good. It's easy to have faith that day because you feel good. But then there's other days where you wake up alone and you miss that person. And the weather's gloomy. In the car, you try to turn the car key, and it don't really crank up. It's starting to sound like a test of faith. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When your car sounds like it's testing your faith. A faith test just jumps into your life via your car. Yeah, I know that. I know. There are gonna be days where those things happen. And those are the times where you're going to have to sit with yourself and say, even here, I am still everything that I desire to be. Even now, it's still all unfolding. It's still all working out. What if you don't feel worthy? Well, fortunately, worthiness isn't a feeling. It's inherent. It's your nature. It's your birthright. It's just who you are. Because you are source, you just simply are. But if I don't feel love, and it's not about the feeling of love, you are the wellspring of love. You just are love. You are love itself. You're not the feeling of love. You are love itself. What if I don't feel like prosperity? You just are prosperity. This is beyond feeling. It's just a fact. You being prosperity, you being love, you being God is just a fact. It's not a feeling. It's just a fact. It's not a decree. It doesn't change whether you decree it or don't decree it. It just is. It just is. This is the level of conviction to get to. Emotions are what they are, but I am that I am no matter what. The thoughts, the feelings, the circumstances, they just are what they are, but I am that I am no matter what. Right? I am that I am, right? No matter what. Number 3, what part of me is still addicted to hope instead of embodiment? Yes, Angel. You absolutely do. That's all you do. That's all you do. That's all you do. But I got a bigger question for you, Angel. When are you going to make the choice and decide that it's just all working out for you no matter what? When are you going to decide that when all of these questions pop up, you still tell yourself that, no, I am it no matter what? When will you decide that I got no more questions? I just am it. I'm it. It's all working out for me, period, no matter what. The doubt is an illusion. The fear is an illusion. The questions are an illusion. The pushback's an illusion. It's all an illusion. Anything that implies I am not it, anything that hints at me not being it is an illusion. This is the conviction I want you to get to. That is the conviction right there. Anything that shows me, implies, hints at me not being it is a lie. Right? That it's that choice. It's all working out. Point blank. Period. There's nothing else. There's nothing else to do, to search for, to find, to hear. It's the analogy we gave, right, about the somebody jumping out the airplane, right? Which is what reality creation is. You could sit at the edge of the airplane in the sky with your parachute strapped on, and you could have all the information about the parachute. This is how it works. This is how safe it is. You can hear all the success stories of people who have jumped and landed safely. They were supported by the parachute. They hit the ground. The instructor can sit there and reassure you, hey, look, bro, you can do it. I promise you can do it. Just do it. But guess what? None of that matters if you don't jump. None of it matters if you don't jump. If you don't jump, you're just going to be a hoarder of information. The mind will always think of another question. Oh, y'all know that. I know some of y'all question-holics know that, right? You solve one question right now. If you don't decide that you get it, if you don't decide that with conviction, guess what's going to pop up tomorrow? You can feel real good solving your question today, but tomorrow, guess what? Another question will show up. And then another one. And then another one. And then another one. And the answer will always be the same, won't it? Won't the answer always be the same? It will. The answer will always be just decide. Well, how do I handle this question? How do I handle this situation? Doesn't matter. Just decide that you are that person. Well, how do I handle this situation? It doesn't matter. Just decide you are that person. Well, what about this situation? It doesn't matter. You just are that person. Well, what about timelines? How do I know I switch timelines? When you know you're that person. When you decide that you're that person. I should just put a tape recorder up here every time you ask a question, because you are that person. When you decide you are that person, it always comes down to the same thing. It always comes down to a choice, right? That is what your power is. That is what your power is. Said, do I hate churches? Wow. Hate churches is insane. I don't hate churches. How do I know? When you decide that you know, right? When will it click? When you decide it's clicked. There's another big one, right? We'll often hear these stories and it's like, oh my God, it just clicked. And then we hear that and we say, it must be, I wonder what they heard or what they did to make it click, because I want to do that. But the secret is always in the second part. It's like, oh yeah, it clicked. It finally clicked, Alex. I made a choice. No. The I made a choice is the clicking part. It's not that something out there changed anything. It's that they made a decision and it clicked. That they were just making a decision. That's what it is, right? So even making a decision that it clicked is the decision, right? Oh, I'm just gonna make a decision that I'm God. Bottom line, right? Everything else is a permission slip, like the good old Bashar says. Everything else is a permission slip, right? Affirmation, permission slip. Hell, being on this discussion is a permission slip, right? You asking your questions is a permission slip. You're looking for permission to be who you already are, right? All the questions that you're asking, all of the personas or the perspectives that you're trying to, figure out how to embody, you already are that. Everything you're trying to be, you're already that person, right? You know what I'm saying? Y'all women that want that beautiful man, you want that beautiful relationship, you're already the woman who deserves that. You know what I'm saying? My brothers, you want that divine relationship. You're already the brother, you're already the God that deserves that. Okay? It's simply your acceptance of it. It's just your acceptance of it. When you accept it, now reality will reflect it. When you accept it, reality reflects it. But if you reject it, reality rejects it. Okay? So the clicking is always going to be a decision. Okay? And the deep truth is just, okay, well, if I'm God, then I do have to make it's one thing to simply know it in vocabulary, right? Yeah, I'm source, I'm the creator, I'm God, I'm the center of my reality, cool, whatever. It's another thing to actually walk and decide that because you are God, right? Okay, I am God, cool, I've made that decision. Now, what does that actually mean in your day-to-day life? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? It means you make all the fucking rules. Shit. It means you make all the rules. If you're God, you get to decide everything. You give everything meaning. You don't have to worry about shit because you're supported. But you still have to jump out of that plane. Of course, which is the scary part. Which can be kind of nerve-wracking, right? But that's the only way that you're going to get that ego on board. The rest of the ego is just going to keep throwing questions at you until you simply jump off and make that choice and get the ego on board when it sees the results. God damn, that was good. Ooh-wee. Every sip. Wow. My goodness. Loud ass gulps. Whew. Man, y'all ever just drank so long you had to catch your breath afterwards? Man. I feel like I'm laying down, you know what I'm saying, after with a woman right now. Like, oh, baby, that was good. You need some water? You need anything? You need me to go to the fridge real quick and grab you something? Got snacks too. Yeah, snacks. Yeah, I got you. My goodness, that was good. All right, number 4, some fruit. I got you, girl. Some strawberries, whipped cream. I'm just playing. I ain't got no whipped cream. Unless you want. Unless you want. All right, so number four. What would it look like to decide instead of desire? I can't chill, Abby. I can't. See, once y'all say chill, it just makes me want to keep going. It just makes me want to keep fucking going. But I'm not going to today because I'm a man of control. All right, so number four. Yeah, I know. Once the chat gets started, it's a wrap. I'm not gonna be able to focus again. Y'all have a freaky ass chat. All right, so number four. What would it look like to decide instead of desire? On the Lord's Day. That's crazy. What would it look like to decide instead of desire? What would it look like to decide that you were clear and that you were God instead of desiring more and more clarity to simply make the choice that you are God? Because once we get to that core truth, right? Okay, I am all that there is. What more is there? Chris, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. I'm grateful, man. We're all in this together. So I appreciate the feedback. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You were more triggered that your man never offers to get you snacks. You must not be doing shit then. I mean, he was doing all the work. Huh? You were just laying there the whole time, and now you want snacks too. God damn, the entitlement that some of y'all have. The entitlement. But that is kind of the part, right? Is when you make that decision. So, and I did hint at this the other day when we were talking about desires, and I said to not accept your desires for the truth of your reality is simply to cause yourself suffering. So if I have a desire, right? If I have a desire, right, and I don't accept it, okay, I'm one with Source. I am God. Okay, the desire, I am one with the desire. It is mine. This is simply the desire moving through me. It's simply God reminding me that that version of me exists within me. It's God looking to express itself within me by showing me that there's more of me to experience. Okay, that's how the desire is translated within me. If I don't accept that as the truth and just say, no, this is the truth of what it is. Okay, the desire of this person or this money or this opportunity, that's the truth of what it is. It's going to cause suffering because now I'm seeing it as separate, something I have to reach towards, strive to become, something that I have to transform myself to be. I believe God is out there and I have to affirm for it, pray for it, beg for it, tithe for it, offer for it, stay the kin of sleep for it, sleep tape for it. Do rituals for it, all of these things for it, right? I simply see my desire as a means to torture me, a tormenting of what I am not, instead of the truth of what I already am. Do you see? So when I don't simply decide that the desire is already mine and accept that as the truth, it can turn into suffering. This is why, even when y'all just come in here, you're like, oh, what about my specific person? What about this? What about that? It's always trying to guide you to this deeper realization because I don't want you to go down that path of suffering, of thinking that this thing is outside of you, because it's not. The illusion of separation leads to suffering. The illusion of separation leads you to think that you're not holy, a sinner, a dirty rag in the eyes of God, right? That God just gives you these desires to torment you. But that's not the case. You're simply tormenting yourself by not accepting the truth that you are already everything you desire to be. Okay? Cool. Say, where's your millions of dollars? Shit, you tell me. You tell me. If you're asking the question, you can't get it. Decide it's yours and allow it to flow to you, right? You know what's interesting about conviction is that our desire is high. It's showing us who we really are, but then we play the conviction game, right? We have the conviction game. And so what is the conviction game? You hit my millions in that funded trading account. You got my millions in that funded. Nah, I ain't got a funded trading account. I don't got a funded trading account, my brother. Ooh, every time I drink that, man, I should call her. Damn. I should fucking call her. You feel me? Yeah, everybody break no contact tonight. Nah. But all right, so here's the last part. I got a letter for y'all, and then we'll do questions. Okay. I got a letter for y'all, and then we're going to do questions. All right, so here we go. Stop begging heaven to notice you. Heaven is already breathing through your lungs. You have mistaken movement for meaning, thinking your tears, your praise, your longing could persuade the infinite to turn its gaze. But God was never looking away. You have been praying to what you already are. The silence you keep running from is not God's absence, it is God's voice. The stillness you call waiting is the very presence you've been asking to feel. There is nothing to chase, only something to remember. God does not judge, react, or withhold. God is. The same power that shapes galaxies flows through your awareness right now, taking the form of whatever you dare to imagine. Every emotion, every plea, every desire is raw divinity longing to be seen as itself. You're not being tested, right? You've never been tested. You have always been divinely and unconditionally supported and mirrored. When you worship lack, you multiply it. When you embody fullness, life echoes amen. The universe does not bend to tears, right? God doesn't bend to tears, to begging, to longing, to pleading. It bends to the truth. And the truth is you are already whole, right? This is even what Jesus meant when he said, I am the truth. He wasn't claiming himself as the only path to God, right? As if the infinite could be confined to one path. It wouldn't make sense. That's not the infinite. When he said, I am the truth, what is he talking about? The I am awareness, your consciousness, what you declare yourself to be is the truth of reality. What I say is the truth will always be mirrored back to me as the truth. This is why if two people sit and debate their beliefs, they will both be proven right. They will both have ample examples to bring to this discussion. Because that's the nature of reality. Who you are is what reality is. Okay? So today, stop trying to convince the infinite to love you. It cannot do otherwise. Stop trying to convince prosperity to flow to you. It cannot do otherwise. Stop trying to convince love to flow to you. It cannot do otherwise. Love is its nature and therefore yours. Stand in that knowing. Speak not as a beggar, but as a creator. Move not as one awaiting approval, but as the reflection of perfection itself. Everything you once prayed for is already alive within the consciousness that dares to claim it. God is not coming to save you, beloved. God became you to remind you that salvation was never separation. It was always realization. Beautiful, right? I am that I am, no matter what, no matter what. No matter what the circumstance looks like, I am that which I desire to be. No matter what I feel, no matter my running thoughts, I am that which I desire to be, no matter what. No matter what. Cool. All right, y'all. All right. Let's do questions. Let's do questions. If you want to join, please come up and join, man. If any of y'all, so last night I went to, this is completely off topic. Last night I went to Greenville, Lower Greenville, if anybody's in Dallas. I had always seen like the St. Patrick's Day parades out there. I didn't know that Lower Greenville was live. It took me like 20 minutes just to drive down the street. They had all kinds of bars. I went down there whenever I went on live last night, I was there before I got on live. All right. But they had a whole bunch of bars. It was pretty cool. So just throwing it out there. Because I don't know why I've been looking for places to go. And then Lower Greenville was dope though. But anyways, let's talk. What y'all want to talk about? y'all divine asses want to talk about. What kind of questions y'all got today? If you want to join, please join. Please join. And I invite y'all to join truly, like honestly, because it does help us all, right? We're a community. You all want the same thing. So when y'all can share your perspectives and what you're going through, right? It can help somebody else have a breakthrough, especially when we're kind of having this open dialogue. So of course, I've been to California, of course. I don't like California at all, but I've been to California for sure. Yeah. St. Patty's on Lower Green. I always see it, but I've never went. I'm definitely gonna go. I'm definitely gonna go to the next one. Now that I actually know where it is, I'm definitely gonna go. Yeah, eat them eggs. Eat them eggs. Eat them eggs. Is it normal to just not care once you realize you're God? Not care. Okay, what do you mean not care? What do you not care about? What the situation looks like? You don't care about what? Like, I need a little bit more clarity on that question. It made me care more about everything. I cared more about just the moment, right? Like everything became a little bit more magical to me. Being in the moment became a lot more pleasurable, a lot more pleasant, fun. Bishop Arts. I ain't been to Bishop Arts in a minute. My condolences to you, brother. My condolences to you, right? I trust and hope that you give yourself the time and the presence that you deserve as you're going through that, right? Because losing anybody is always going to be tough, right? And it's interesting, no matter how much we prepare, right, we can think and know that somebody's at their end, right? But once it happens, it's always very heavy. So give yourself grace, man. Know that we're all in this together. We're all in this together. If you ever need to talk, please reach out, brother. But, give yourself presence. Give yourself peace. Give yourself love through this time, right? I love when y'all talk to each other in the chat. What's up? Hey, how you doing?
Oh, I think I'm alright. A lot going on. Is my sound okay? Because I'm on headphones.
Oh yeah, you sound fine. You sound good.
Okay. I wasn't gonna join because I'm choking on my water. But fuck it. So in a nutshell,
Yeah.
the reason I joined, I think, is because actually it's exactly the point. See, I'm like choking on water, right? When I kind of feel like I needed help. That's exactly. It's like that. Because everything was flowing pretty good, but not really. Because okay, so last time we spoke, I feel like I've been hesitant to speak to you because I'm like, holy shit, I feel like I'm that person, okay?
Okay.
And that's really frustrating. And it's bringing up a lot of shame, meaning it's the perfect concoction for the ego to get involved, right? Which is kind of the basis of my question on my chair, which is, there was a flow, meaning I was just surviving, right? one thing led to another, and I'm just surviving. And then on the money front, it's just like inside I was just frustrated, right? I wasn't happy with what I was doing. It was just like, this is just not it. I was just like, this is not sustainable. And I don't know what happened. I think I might have sabotaged it on purpose accident. A couple things happened, and all of a sudden, like, it just disappeared. All income disappeared, right? So that's the money thing. So that's underlining everything right now because I have 2 weeks. I'm in the middle of nowhere, right? Like, I could go over the circumstances, but let's just say this one, I'm not someone who, remember, like, I've been an artist my whole life. I don't have resumes and get jobs, right? Meaning it's a very vulnerable feeling. Very, like, even more vulnerable than normal. But what's curious about it right now is I feel like I had it, right? Like, I knew this time not to freak out. I knew, right? Like, I had more awareness. It was like, no, I'm not falling for this. I know how this works. I know who I am. But then, the dude started acting up, right? At the same time. And then I felt like pretty good with that. Like, don't fall for it, stay right here, stay present, know who you are. And then you gave me such a beautiful piece that was really helping, which was like, I don't know if it was you or someone else, but where it's like, I don't have to get rid of my ego. I don't have to silence that aspect of self, right? It's like, if I could allow it to be there and still know who I am, right? And that really took the edge off, and I think that's why I was like right in the middle, pretty good. Then the most interesting thing happened. Out of nowhere, and I mean really out of nowhere. Long story short, let's just say I made a connection with someone that was so profound, right? An online connection, right? Where it was just super organic, and then I ended up, now we're on the phone, and then just really intense, amazing soul level connection, right? So beautiful. And what it did was it gifted me, it was like a bitch slap, as far as, and this is kind of like the same with the job too, where it bitch slapped me into this awareness of like, Carrie, you've been accepting things that you hate, like you're not happy, right? Like it's not, you're aiming too low, right? So it was like this perspective shift of what I actually want, right? And then, out of nowhere, that like disappears. And I mean, I'm talking about like these things are disappearing overnight. So I just feel like I've just been like, I got my ass kicked. It's kind of like if my life was a puzzle, it was like all the pieces were kind of awkwardly shoved together. And this last couple weeks, I feel like the puzzle blew up, and all the pieces are just floating in front of my face, right? Just floating in the air.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking to you from the essence of, I'm really doing my best, right? Not to grab all the pieces and try to put them together, because I'm scared of not having a puzzle together, right? But
what would happen if you did? What would happen if you try? First of all, okay, I hear you. First of all, you're judging the shit out of yourself. Okay.
Can I say that last bit? That's why I pressed the button, because today I'm on my period. You know what I mean? All the. It's like I was crying. My brakes. You were talking about the car and stuff. I was like gonna type it. Like my brakes are squeaking. I got. I'm $300 shy of rent in 2 weeks, and nothing else is paid. Got no income, right? I felt wanted for a bit, and then now I don't at all, and I'm shaming myself, and I'm watching it go. But that's why I pressed the button, because I'm like, my ego is so involved, and I don't want it to be, and I'm tired, and I don't know what to do. And I honestly don't want to have to know what to do. I genuinely would like to just, I'd love my higher self to just fuck the shit out of me, so I shut up, is the feeling.
Then why don't you choose to do that?
I don't know. when I look, it looks like I'm taken aback by how much shame I'm finding.
Yeah.
Right? Like so hard on myself that it's like uncomfortable to witness within myself. I'm just like, Jesus. But it's super like knee jerk. Do you know what I mean? It's just there, and I'm kind of feel like I'm having to face that it's always been there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, you know what I'm saying? And
No,
I'm also like,
yeah, it makes sense. Right now, it just feels like your life right now is in a place where you have no choice but to surrender. What else are you going to do? I mean, even if you try to fix everything, you're going to have to fix it through the lens of surrender. Even if you decide to simply chill and let it all unfold, you're going to have to do it from the place of surrendering, right? Right now, you have a choice. Okay. You can look out at everything and you can decide that this is not the end. It's still all perfectly unfolding because no matter how I felt, no matter what I've judged, no matter how I've thought, no matter what has gone on, I have never been less God than when I quote unquote thought everything was working out. This isn't a switch that you turn on because you feel good or you don't feel good. This is simply a decision that you make for everything to work out. And so once you make that decision, what you see out there just is what it is. Yeah, it looks like things are falling apart, but are they? No. They would only be falling apart if you would stay in the knowing that that's what it was. But you don't have to do that. You can change right now. You can make a decision to know that everything is actually working out for you. How? Well, it's just a choice. Things look however, they're going to look however they look. That's the nature of reality, is that reality unfolds in these different ways that are beyond our comprehension. That's what keeps it fun. That's why the illusion is what it is. Like, that's what we signed up for as God, to know ourselves more. Our job is not to figure out what every step means. It's simply to decide who we are. And in these situations, right, where the feelings come up and the judgment come up and the doubt come up, all that emotion is simply going to make your decision stronger. It's just adding to your power. Don't think about it in any other way. Don't think about it in any other way but that. Like, the situation is what it is. It's going to be what it is. It's going to look however it looks. But you make the decision on who you want to be through it, no matter how it feels.
there's there's like in this moment, I just desire to like expose all the pieces, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because there's so much. I feel like I feel a bit constipated, like trying to. So I'm scared, and I'm tired of. I feel like I'm gaslighting myself to be like to not allow myself to admit that even to myself. Right? It's like I'm scared and I'm pretty pissed off. You know? So you see how those are like really powerless words. They're like
Mm-hmm.
the opposite of I know I'm God. And so there's this to surrender, right? Is in essence faith or trust that something's gonna catch you, right?
Mm-hmm. And
Sorry.
but that's always
That's the part.
that's always the decision that we're gonna have to make. It's the decision to stop judging yourself and just choose to love yourself. It's give yourself permission to be caught. Give yourself permission to be loved, right? Give yourself permission to accept that you are supported. Right now,
And
it's
like, you're the only one who's gonna be able to hold this. Trust me when I say like I get it, okay? I get the whole thing. That's what's so fucked up about when I'm like within, you know? Is like I frustrate the shit out of myself watching this part of me. But this subject we're talking about, right? Where it's like love yourself enough to know that you're fill in the blank, right? Allowed to have it, worthy of it, going to have it, or whatever.
yeah.
You're gonna be protected, you're gonna be helped. Like what was done was so fucked up that it's just so much ammo for the mind to be like, not you. Do you know what I mean? Like every time that you have let go and really like, yeah, it's just been a brutal opposite. And I'm just saying it so I can be fully transparent with where I actually need help, right? Is what has been allowed, sorry, is so fucked up that I'm scared that I'm the exception, even though I know exactly what that sounds like. It's just the best way to describe the experience, like, which is like a terror of life. And that makes me really sad, because I used to be the opposite. So I'm wondering, I'm sorry guys, you know when it comes out, it comes out. I just can't believe that I can't find within me. Like, it's a fear that it feels like it's unrepairable. And that's really sad, because I also feel like a duty, right?
Mm-hmm.
To life. And yeah, I was walking in the woods today, and I was just like, I don't feel happy. And I'm in the woods, which is that's my home. Do you get what I'm saying? It scares me, because I don't feel joy. Like, my body's tired. And just so everyone knows, like, you know, it's been brutality, you know what I mean? Like, having the shit kicked out of me and being, like, having everything stolen and literally being left for dead, like, several times. You know, I'm just tired, because I've stayed in love. And I guess what I'm saying is, because full transparency is important, right? To get to the root, right? To actually transcend this shit, whatever this is. And being fully transparent, as uncomfortable as it is, when I'm really honest with myself, I caught myself today in the car crying, being like, I don't think I'm ever gonna have what I want. Do you know what I mean? Because I know all the fires I've walked through, and I'm just like, what am I not doing? Like, I'm in my 40s, do you know what I mean? I'm not in my 20s, like, and I've been on this path, and I just don't get it out. Like, when am I going to be caught? You know what I mean? Like, what do I have to do again? Because I'm scared and I can't lose my home. Like, I have to protect these creatures that I love, and you know what I mean? I am scared. And I haven't had a single person, and it's why I am what I am, right? Like, I will catch you. I don't give a fuck, like, whatever you need, I will catch you. But I haven't yet experienced that consistency, right? From you know what I'm saying? It's a lack of faith, and that makes me feel really bad. I know it's a lie. So it feels like constipation. I want to feel held so bad. Because, like, I've gone this far, but no, like, I'm tired. You know? Sorry, guys. I didn't expect that.
It's okay. That's what we're here for. What are you looking to be supported by? I'm gonna walk you through
this. To get out of the way. Like, I want to get out of my own way so bad.
Okay, and
this ego is scared.
Well, how do you believe that you've been in your way? How do you believe that you've been in your way? And what does conceptualize and walk me through what it would look like to you to be out of your way?
If I were to put in a sentence, I think what being in my own way, what I've noticed is it seems that by nature, obviously we're programmed through our experiences. This one seems to expect the worst, even if it's subconsciously happening. Does that make sense?
Except
and that's what being in my... If we are creating, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we are God creating with what we expect, right? I have noticed, like, for example, when this other person came in, which was such a gift, right? Because that perspective shift was such a gift for me.
Okay.
I was observing that as I was receiving, like, just beautiful love, right? Like godly, heart-centered, being seen and being appreciated, right? Receiving. I was observing, because I'm super self-aware, that I was bracing for impact, like, constantly.
Mm-hmm.
So
And what do
that's
you
kind of what I mean.
and when you say okay, do you believe that that bracing for impact created or chose the reality where that person did whatever they did or left?
No, actually, I think it was something different.
Okay.
um, but no, that was more like a separate observation
Okay.
where I was like, Jesus. It was like a private observation where it was like, and it was related to fully being, letting the wings all the way out, right?
Okay.
Where life has taught me to hide them because no one can hold you.
Okay.
And so it was like finding the courage to return back here, on Earth, like where I've been in hiding, basically, and then greatly bring back.
Okay.
Just a side note, as far as being in my own way, I'm just saying, like, that's related to the essence. If what I'm creating is what I'm expecting, I seem to expect life to hurt me. That is not good creating juice.
Okay. So what is the difference between expecting life to hurt you and bracing for impact? You say you don't think that the bracing for impact was what created the situation of him leaving. So what do you think actually created it?
Well, and we're still in contact. I just mean it was kind of like getting friend zoned. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was
that's
like,
fine. That's fine. If it was
yeah,
friend
and I'm
zone,
fine.
what do you think created that?
That part? Oh, it felt like hunger hit me. So rather than staying in my not needing, I don't know how to say it because it was really fast.
Just say it.
It felt like, no, I am trying to find it. I have to bring myself back to that day. It felt like urgency, if I were to put a stamp on it.
So it was a feeling. You believe?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So you believe that there's a feeling that came over you, and that feeling created the experience of this person friend zoning.
I feel like an energy took up, like a way of being, an old,
An old way of being.
oh,
All right, but
perhaps.
what I'm getting at is right because I hear you and you.
Exactly.
I hear you, and I get what you're trying to do, right? It feels like you're trying to say the right things. I don't want you to try to say the right things. I want you to get to the core of it, right? All right. So,
No, I am. Because of the way I perceive reality, what I'm doing when I pause is I'm not trying to say the right thing. I'm not like that at all. It's more like, how do I fit all this data that I'm seeing in front of me into like a few words so I don't take an hour? That's actually what it.
gotcha. So you felt like
Yeah.
you went into a certain way of being, and that caused this situation to fall away from what you wanted. Now, when that certain state of being came over you, were you aware enough to notice that you were in that state of being?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's not even what I'm like focused on. Like I want to talk about like the other stuff. Like we're fine. Like nothing's gone wrong. I don't feel like anything's gone wrong whatsoever. It's more about what did it induce as far as the way I feel about me. That's where the issue is. Because that's affecting every aspect of life, I feel.
That's right. Yeah, I get you, but that's what I'm trying to get to is that
Okay.
everything seemed to be okay. And then you had this state of being that came over you, and that situation didn't go, however, okay, it fell into
Right.
friendship.
Yeah. It
And now
shifted
you
dramatically.
and now you started looking at yourself a certain way. And from looking at
Totally.
yourself a certain way, you believe that that has changed your entire trajectory, what is going on in your life per se. So what is that way of looking at yourself?
It's not pleasant.
Okay.
It's gonna make me cry again.
But that way of looking for, okay, so is this a state of being? Are we talking about a feeling? When we say way of feeling or way of looking at yourself?
It's more like all of a sudden how I perceive the world perceiving me. It's really
Okay.
interesting. Like if I were to put a name to it, It's unsafe.
Okay. Unsafe. All right. So you don't feel safe with the way the world sees you
I don't feel safe in the world, it seems.
in the world.
And it's so crazy, isn't it? Because like there's the paradox is so vast, right? Like, so I'm someone who's been a performer all my life on stage, being viewed, right? Super confident, and that's the tears. Is like there is this. I don't know if it's the repressed little one, right? That I've just successfully repressed. I don't know, but I just know that both are so. I feel unsafe, and I have done since I was little. Yeah, in my body, in the world. That is
Okay.
me.
All right. So, okay. Do you think that let's say that right now you are performing, right? And now the crowds are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Do you believe that when you step into new environments, you're going to have a natural feeling of this is new. This is something that I'm going to have to adapt to within my body?
In general,
Yeah.
sure.
Do you believe that in new experiences, you're going to have certain feelings that wash over you and it's going to feel like a state of being, right? So basically this is the point that I'm getting to is that anytime that you're going to go through a new experience or you're going to go through an experience, right? Because right now you're in this transitional state of growth, right? You've said you're on this reality creation space for so long. Certain things happened. It was kind of proving your power. And then, dang, certain things happened. It was kind of proving your power. And then other things happened. And it seemed like it shifted your state of being because now you felt different. You want to feel that safety from the world. You want to feel held. You want to feel like if you jump off of this edge, you will be caught. You've had a taste of that. You've had a taste of that. Right? But now all of a sudden, because you're in these different positions, these different situations, and things do look uncomfortable, which is natural, such as life. When things are changing, things tend to get uncomfortable. What that does is when we see discomfort out there, it's going to naturally make us feel a sense of unsafety. It's a human emotion. It's part of the unfold. It's part of your existence. What I was trying to get to is that none of this is wrong. None of this is wrong.
Because
Okay?
it feels like something's gone terribly wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Can I
that's
tell you why, in a nutshell? Because I really, like, I know you have the peace. There's something. Like, and this is so frustrating to have to say out loud, okay? But in a nutshell, I miss my confidence, and it feels devastating, you know? Because if I don't repair that within, like, I will continue to look to the outside to fill it, and that is not who I want to be, right? And the tears come when I tell you this because it really feels scary. Like, I can't. Like, it's like too much has happened, and I never thought someone like me would say that.
but how could you repair confidence without going through the very thing that makes you uncomfortable?
But it's
That's
all been bloody uncomfortable for too long, you know? Come on.
that's the point of it. That's the point of this journey is that we are going.
7 years nonstop, Alex. I'm tired. Sorry. Gonna let it out. Because you won't yell at me.
I get it. I'm not gonna yell at you. I'm not gonna yell at you. But okay. I'm not going to yell at you. However, you do have two ways to approach this. Okay? You can constantly resist. You can resist what is. And you can say, well, because I feel this way, it has become a state of being. But it's not. It's simply a feeling. It's simply a fear. It's simply you standing in the wilderness. It's you standing in front of a new situation that you have never been in before. And experiencing that voice from that internal part of you that knows who you are, knocking on the glass from the other side and saying, come over here. And now you have a choice. You get to stay over here and say, okay, it is uncomfortable. Okay, I don't feel safe. Or you get to answer the call and say, even though I don't, this moment right here is going to be a moment that I look back on and I would not trade it. Because when I made a choice to step into the version of myself that I was getting pulled towards, heaven answered me. My higher self answered me. God answered me. And it's all standing on the other side of a choice, right? The discomfort is not something foreign in this space. And I do not say that in a way to minimize what you're going through at all. I say that as a call for you to step forward and realize that right now you are standing in your power, but you have to make the choice. It's your emotions will flow. You're going to have times that are going to be uncomfortable. It is going to feel like certain things are lasting for a while. And if we only judged what we could receive on what we see out there, everybody would stay stuck.
Yeah.
But you can make the choice. You have desires for a reason. Walk into them. Accept them as the truth. Accept that you are the person that you desire to be, even in the midst of the fear, even in the midst of the frustration. What you're describing, the fear, the not feeling safe, it's not a state of being. It's an emotion. It's not the way the world is looking at you. It's the way that you're looking at that emotion. That's it. You get to decide, yes, I have this fear. Yes, but I am still the person I desire to be. Sit with it. Let it flow over you. And know, even in that fear, everything is going to work out, because it must, because God has you. Look at all of the pieces that are around. And from that knowing that it will all work out, put them together or don't put them together. But know either way that you do it will be perfect, because you're already in the knowing of who you are. This is about you. You didn't fall out of grace with God. God can't go anywhere because God is you. You are simply in the middle of discomfort and you have a choice to make. And that choice is you are going to worship the fear, and you're going to decide that your fear is a state of being when it isn't. It's not you. It's just an emotion, which is natural to all of us. It is natural to humans. It's not something to beat yourself up about. It's not something to dwell on. It's not something that has caused the world to shift. Nothing has caused the world to shift. The world is still unfolding absolutely perfectly. All you have to do is say so. It's always been unfolding absolutely perfectly. But if you cling to this middle, thinking just because it looks messy, that means that I have been doing things messy. Just because it looks messy and I feel a certain way, that means I am this type of person. No, you're not. You're a God. You are a goddess. You're thinking way too small of yourself right now. There is absolutely nothing that cannot be repaired right now. Overnight, you can wake up in a new reality, but you have to make the choice. Despite your emotions, honor your emotions. Honor your emotions. They're there because you are in a new place. They're there because you have an opportunity to choose right now, or else you wouldn't be feeling the emotions. Oh shit! Let me plug my phone in. My bad. But you get to decide who you're going to be right now. This is the whole, all the emotions that you're feeling. Okay. Don't associate emotions with state of being. Emotions are just emotions. Questions on that so far? I say, any questions on that so far?
First of all, thank you. Second of all, literally had a little bit. I'm just happy to relieve.
Mm-hmm.
And third, yes. First of all, understood. I think completely. I noticed that I feel, because obviously we're always gonna, when we're asking things, we're always gonna want to know. Like, when we hang up, I want to know, wake up, I mean, right? Right, every day. So, I noticed that I feel this pressure to act on things when I don't actually feel that. Like it feels like outside voices. Do you know what I'm saying? Like programming, like
Mm-hmm.
not me, right? So it's like my inner being keeps telling me, it's I'm scared. Um, you know what's really sad about why it's scary actually? Is because it's what I really want. So it's like this resistance to give myself what I want. Sorry, just let the crying be there. I know you're a dude that's probably exhausting, but
You're,
anyway,
you're judging
like
yourself. I'm not judging you.
sorry for that projection. You see what I'm saying? That was a break. Okay, so that is definitely something I noticed that I want to ask you is like there feels like this. For example, the money stuff. Okay, and I was like, fuck. But then I was like, I'm just kind of just trying to just stay calm. That's been my daily practice, right? Can you just keep your body calm, right?
Okay.
But then there's this, as the clock is ticking, and like, dude, like people are like would say they should be doing something about it, and I'm just like, I don't have anything that's coming to me that feels like any sort of direction to act. And my inner being is telling me to get more still. And that this is all about like trust.
What do you believe?
And both, which sucks.
Both, you said?
But not, well, kind of, yeah. Well, I've noticed that I can see both ways, but I know what my being feels like, which is only one way. Like natural, you know what I'm saying? Natural
Yeah, I feel you.
feeling. And that's not because I want that to be the way. Like I just want to be safe and like not be scared for like a whole month would be nice. You know what I mean?
But that will come, right? The whole feeling safe will come. Okay, it will come. However, right? This is one thing. This is. Can you be still and act at the same time?
I don't know what action it would be. Honestly, I really don't want to sit here and like go, these are my circumstances. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just,
You don't want
but
to. I'm sorry, you broke up a
I
little
would,
bit.
I said I don't want to take up the time going over all the fine details of my circumstances
No,
and
no,
why I
that's
feel
fine.
like there's no action. But if I felt a natural urge to, and I don't have resistance to actual action. No.
Okay, you don't have resistance. Okay,
Like,
cool. You
no, no,
just
no. Like
there's just
I would prefer some action. You know what I mean? Rather than sitting here freaking out.
gotcha. So
However, I
there's
don't want to be unnaturally active. You know what I'm saying?
okay. Define unnaturally active. Isn't that just a judgment of what you're doing? What does that mean?
God. Like for example, ideally, like so I have this treatment room, right? Like I'm all set up to have clients. Have no idea how to find them. You know what I mean? Like I have desires. Like I want to work from home. I want to generate money. I don't mind doing, right? But
Hold up. You have no idea how to generate clients.
not a clue, honestly.
Okay.
Like I've not a clue.
How
I'm
do
in
you,
freaking state.
how do you think that you will come up with the idea of how to generate clients?
Well, first of all, maybe not feeling shit about myself would be a nice start.
What does that have to do with you figuring out how to generate
I
clients?
feel like it has everything to do with it. Because how can I hold a space and call in, right? Anything if I'm actually repelling it because
How how are you repelling it? Because you don't feel good? What does feeling have to do
yes.
with you repelling or attracting anything? You see how you're making all of these rules? You believe that you have to have perfect feelings to get clients? I bet you if 10 clients flocked in right now and they had
It
the
felt good
money.
immediately.
Exactly. So let's get beyond the illusion, right? This illusion that you have to feel good to get to what you want is the very thing holding you back, right? Right now, you need to decide that this is okay. I decide that I am an open portal for money to flow to me infinitely. Now, if you truly knew that and accepted that, if you truly knew that and accepted that, now, right now, I want you to think, what would, if right now you just wanted to get new clients, what would be the next step that you would take right now?
Not a fucking clue. Honestly, you don't understand. I'm
You don't think that
don't
maybe
know.
you don't think that maybe a next step would be like asking me since we're on live together?
Holy shit. Yeah, but then, oh, you ready for the next excuse?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It, um, so tricky. So there's in the physical, right, is what I have stuff. It would be like physical. But then, as you think about it, like what I'm saying is your recommendations would bring me online play, right?
How do you know that?
I don't know shit.
You
You should
don't.
just
You don't
honestly.
know shit.
Yeah, I
You're
know
you're
shit.
you're putting all of these boundaries on God. Why?
Can you tell me
Release
why?
release the limitations. Every like you're boxing God in. I'm trying to pull the boxes out. You keep adding another
Unbelievable.
fucking box.
You see why it's see how annoying? Imagine being me.
I mean, I am you, right? You are me, right? This is simply you being confronted. Like I'm just confronting you with your
I
own
appreciate
limitations,
it.
right?
Oh,
So
I know.
so okay, you want clients, you want money, point blank, period. Okay.
Period.
Now my next question is truly, how open are you truly to receiving money?
Oh my god, someone just gave me my first gift ever. Me? How did that even happen? Do you see that, Alex? How'd you
Yes.
do that, Alex? Keep hanging out with me. Okay, let me tell you so that you can really kick my ass, so I can. Cause I don't want to hear my voice anymore.
Okay.
I have been living in straight up. What the fuck? Do you know what I'm saying? Poverty. That's what I'm responding to these gifts because it's so foreign. I've been going to food banks for almost a year now.
Okay.
Like barely eat. Like you understand? Before moving back to America and going to him, okay, that's why I ended up here. I was living a very good life. Let's just say that, okay? And I built that life. And it's a hole that I honestly, because of the parts, when I say I don't know how to get clients, I'm trying to say that I lived a certain life that is outside of the construct of what anyone on this call probably is, like lives in, right? I've never been like well, okay, fair. But I'm just saying I've never. I'm just being totally honest, right? Where I usually just be quiet because I don't want to explain myself. Like I don't know how to be like a normal person out there. I've never. It's not the world I've lived in, right? And then I found myself in that position, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do, but I got all these skills. Like I used to do this and this and this, right? So back to the receiving gifts. So that has led to a timeline where I'm like a few years into this, living with literally like I have not even had $1 to spend. Like it's so fucked, right? Where I'm just so grateful if I can just barely make the rent. And what I'm saying is that builds up shame because that is not how, like, that's not, like, that's not being God and that's not, it hasn't helped, right?
It's not being God. What do you mean?
That's the wrong person. Shit. What I'm saying is that's not how God intended us to live, right? There is a shame to it because it's like, I've been I've been aiming so low for in all directions for so long, right? From this relationship that just turned into that. I'm just saying,
You mean the one
trying to
that
say in a
you?
long-winded way that receiving is very foreign now, and then that made me cry. That's not what I want. I do not want it to feel foreign. I want to normalize it. That's all I was trying to say.
Okay.
Okay? Okay? Did you get that?
I got that.
I'm squirming over here. Your turn.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it is okay, right? First of all, right? You know, one of the things that I think we don't feel.
This is not for me. You let me think whoever that please. Thank you. People are giving me. I've never experienced this. This is. Thank you. And I've been wanting flowers for so bloody long, so thank you so much. Just wanted to say thank you.
Absolutely. No, you're good. You're good. Let me remember what I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? Look at that beautiful flower. So what I was gonna say was, I truly apologize. I completely lost my train of thought.
Blame the love. The love just exploded through. I was talking about poverty and not receiving. Like, you know, it not like
Oh,
I just
yeah.
haven't.
Yeah, I know exactly why I lost my train of thought. My bad. So earlier today, right, I went and So today my uncle had a stroke. All right, he had a stroke early this morning, and so I spent most of the day in the hospital with him. And long story short, I'm not gonna put all his business out here because I know these YouTube videos don't get taken down. But long story short, he had some interesting life. He had an interesting situation that he was in, right? Financially, housing, with his relationship or his marriage, etc., right? And if you ever seen somebody that has a stroke, right, they lose function, okay? And so in this moment, or in the time that I was there, right, they were doing the therapy, was trying to like just touch his fingers, right? Things that we take for granted. And in this moment, nothing matters, right? His job doesn't matter, right? His relationship really doesn't matter, right? Well, that's about the one other thing that does matter. But housing situation no longer matters, right? The only thing that matters for him is that he is grateful to be taken care of right now. We do get into situations where we judge, right? We'll say, man, I was living like this, or I want to live like this. And we will take for granted that in this very moment we have been blessed. I don't care if you say you just got by a couple dollars and don't have any extra, but damn, you got by. There was some hand that has been helping you get by, okay? Which is more than other people have. Now, I'm not saying that, we should be grateful just because other people don't have, but we can always look at our life and see blessings. So the first thing that stood out was you saying, well, that's not how God lives, okay? Well, that's an absolute, you're simply judging yourself. And if you don't accept the current blessings that you have, how can you expect to begin seeing the miracles unfold in your life, right? Right now, we all stand in the middle of miracles. If right now I take everything that I'm given for granted and I look at it like, man, this shit ain't shit. If I'm constantly looking around and I'm judging it, I've put on the shit colored glasses and I cannot see beauty in the current life. What makes you think that I will be able to see beauty anywhere when I'm already surrounded by it? This is the thing. So, and I've often told this story about my father. Well, my father is extremely brilliant, man. My dad's brilliant, right? And I denied his love for so long because he was extremely overbearing. From my perspective, he was extremely overbearing, right? Meaning he always had an opinion. He was going to tell me to do this, do that. If you do this, you're going to fuck up. You better go this way. I'd always seen him as brilliant, but I denied him his ability to love me. I denied him his greatest gift, or what I perceived as his greatest gift, which was his intelligence. Now, imagine that, like from his side, I'm giving you the best of me. And from my side, I'm rejecting that. I got to go my own way. I can't listen. I don't even want to hear this shit. So I'm constantly leaving. I'm constantly walking away. And I couldn't even take advice from anybody for a long time. It wasn't until a couple of years ago where I started to actually choose to look at my father and play the game. Except that what I saw as aggravating was simply his best way of showing me love. With the best part of him, the part of him I respected and admired the most. And what happened damn near immediately was our relationship transformed. And by me seeing him as trying to love me, no matter how annoying it was, no matter how much I wish he did it differently, by me choosing to see the blessing that he already was, the blessing that I already had by having this beautiful father in my life, all of a sudden I started noticing other things. All of a sudden our relationship started to evolve. All of a sudden more blessings started to outpour between us. All of a sudden our relationship was tight as hell. Was it because those beautiful things weren't there before? Some of them had been there the whole time. Some of those blessings were always there. But now that I chose to see life through the eyes of devotion, intentionally chose to see beauty, now more beauty could follow. The same way when I intentionally chose to see frustration, guess what? It wasn't that the frustration just started and ended with my father. It went to every male, coaches, teachers, anybody who acted like, who I even hinted, sniffed that they thought they knew better than me was instantly rejected. It led to relationships falling apart. It led to not being able to get certain recommendations when I was trying to get into college, when I was trying to play ball. And I had issues with coaches, a lot of issues with coaches, which ultimately even cost me opportunity of playing football in another level. All of these things, right? So not only did that relationship collapse, but putting on those glasses, seeing life, right, from that perspective, denied me blessings everywhere. Oftentimes, right, when we do not choose to see our life through the eyes of the miracle that it already is, we deny the flowing of the blessings that we already are to truly, because if I don't have the eyes to see it, who am I actually being? And if identity is everything, then what can I receive through the eyes of not having gratitude? When I'm saying gratitude, I'm not talking about faking gratitude for something that I'm trying to get. I'm talking about when I see life and I say, just being alive right now, I could be homeless. I had that thought a lot. Could be homeless. Could not have a car. Right? Parents could not be alive. There are moments where I had the luxury, even when I was facing eviction, there were moments where I simply had the luxury to walk outside. The luxury to walk outside, and it was a nice day, and this shit may fuck up tomorrow, but today, right now, it is perfect. And choosing to see life through that lens over and over and over again opens you up to more miracles. This is why certain people seem to be blessed all the time. Other people seem to not. They seem to reject blessings. This is why the most bitter person that you know, the person that you know that chooses to see shit in every single man, every single woman they come across, continues to get shitty experiences. The person that you know, right? You should, like, what is the world? The world might even say, like, oh, hoes always finish first. These type of women, these type of men always win. The ones that choose to see everything in their favor, what happens is they get the experiences that they want. This is metaphysical. It's because the eye with which I see God is the same eye with which God sees me. Meaning I stand in the middle of God, and so I have a choice on how I want to perceive and view God. And guess what? As I'm perceiving and viewing God, the God within me is also perceiving me through the same eye. I'm always looking at God. It's always God gazing upon itself. So when we choose to say, yeah, this thing, you know what I'm saying? I can look at this small thing, quote unquote, small thing as a blessing. It's no small thing. Now I actually open my eyes to see more miracles. Now I start realizing life is a miracle. And now more miracles start unfolding for me. It's this chain event. But when I see one thing is going wrong, I've always been struggling. Damn, I barely make it. Damn, this shit is hard. Damn, I never get anything. Damn, I'm never blessed. Do you see how that also adds up? And it gets more and more and more and more like that. So that was the first thing. And I'll pause there because I know I kind of went on a tangent.
No, it's not a tangent. It's an important topic. I will say, just to practice honoring myself and the truth is, so, because I want to find the kink. Not that kind of kink, it's okay, I'm talking to you, be careful. So, the truth is, that's true. The truth is, and girl's hungry, so, you know. Okay, everyone, stay focused.
Eat up, girl, eat up.
I'm not getting you started, don't get me started, because you've met your match. Alright.
No, I haven't.
Probably not, yeah. Now I'm a little bit scared. Okay, stop.
I'm here. Okay, so honestly, I live like that. I promise you. Meaning, my life, like I'm by myself every day, and what I do every day is I go out. I literally relish. Like today out loud, I was like, thank you for my home. Thank you that I have a car. Thank you. Like, and every day is spent literally relishing in the sound of the leaves, and I'm like freaking Snow White, like cracking out over, like just stoked, right? However, I'm saying there's a kink in the chain. I'm just saying that is true, and it's and you me know she does. But then, right? There's the Achilles heel, and when it comes to my abode, right? It's because like cringe, but I would say, just to be honest, it in my head it sounds like it's all I have. It's literally all I have, right? I don't have friends here. I don't go out. I can't buy anything. I can't even eat a meal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that my home is where I put all my gratitude. Even though I have a desire for better living, whatever. The kink in the chain is, man, this whole thing with like, now I don't know how I'm gonna pay my rent, right? I'm saying I've gone to such a state of like, but it is kind of like I'm grateful, just make sure I have my home. It is kind of like a desperate gratitude. Do you get what I'm saying? Then things start getting dark, where because of that pressure of like, everything I talked about, it needs to really trigger all my shit. I just wanted to say that I agree with you. I do embody that with a but.
But I know there's always a but with you. So let's get to the next.
You should see it too, and I have a big ass, which is funny.
All right. There's children.
So funny.
There's children watching.
No, that was funny. Okay, go ahead.
So here we go. So let's talk about this. You constantly go back to your emotions. You'll constantly go back to how you're feeling.
Yeah, you're right. That's the issue, right? I am. Apparently, my emotions are my God. Yes.
They are. You constantly go back and you try to build a house on them when you can't build a house on quicksand. Your emotions are constantly going to change anyway.
I'm gonna let you yell at me. I'm gonna mute.
Yeah, go ahead. Cool. Your emotions are quicksand. You cannot build a home. You cannot build a solid identity on something as fragile as an emotion. When circumstances feel good, your emotions will be great. And when the shit looks shitty, which it often does, which it sometimes does, now all of a sudden your identity is going to be piss poor. When you're basing your emotions on those things, right? So I hear you. And you're like, oh yeah, I do this, but then I feel this. Oh yeah, I do this, and I see that, and I try, but I feel like that. It's always going back to a feeling. So can you get to the point where you can stand in that feeling and say, even here, I am still perfect? It's a choice. You have a choice to say, because I feel this way, I'm not going to get what I want, or because I feel like this, I'm still going to get what I want. Both ways, you're true. Both ways are absolutely correct.
When you say I am still perfect, what are you experiencing within when you say that?
Whatever I'm feeling at that moment, whether it's anxiety, fear, doubt, happiness, joy, whatever. I'm not. It's not.
You mean all is welcome here.
It's It's not,
true love.
Exactly. It's not a feeling. Me saying I am perfect no matter what. It's just a fact. It's me stating the fact of identity. It has nothing to do with a feeling. Has nothing to do with getting something. It's just an identity right now. That's it.
And you know what I'm realizing? Like, okay, so equally, so it's my body, right? And I really don't like doing this because I help people not do this, right? Because it's like labels are boxes, right? But if I'm avoiding it, maybe who said it, but she said, yes, there's a lot of trauma responses going on, okay, within my body. So it's like I brought the awareness in it, but my frustration, a lot of my tears earlier, even the shame is like, because I feel like I'm failing myself because I can't get this body to not think it's gonna die, basically. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was laying in that hammock today. Nothing was wrong. It was the perfect day. The weather almost made me cry because it was so good, right? The worst thing that happened was like I was like cramping, okay? There was nothing wrong. The neighbors were quiet and I was so grateful for the rest. And then my body was just like, it was alerting me that we are in just severe danger and that everyone wants to hurt us and everything's wrong and everything's scary. And I was just like, you know what I'm saying? You can imagine all the sensations that I'm wanting to describe, right? Just so uncomfortable and tense and just, it feels like terror. And I just wanted to say that to add it to the emotion thing, because obviously they're interlinked, right? It feels so dominant, and you're right, it instantly dominates my perspective and everything. But it's yeah, is it just a practice, Alex? Because it's not the first time I've heard you say no matter what, and it's all, you know, it's all perfect and it's all divine and it's all God, but it's like,
Yeah.
it's so intense, you know, it's so intense, Alex, and it feels so, like, it feels debilitating. So then when you, at the same moment, your mind's like, all right, well, you should be acting right now. It's just too much.
I know.
That inner war, you know?
I know. It's not too much though. But I know the feeling, right? I mean, I was no stranger to these emotions when I was going through my eviction issues, right? This was no stranger to me. Every day feeling like at any moment it all can come crumbling down, right?
Yeah, Alex, and it's like from like having this like, you know, being like literally beaten and then like being abandoned and not being able to survive, and then like your cat dying, and then my hand getting sliced open by a dog and not having my dominant hand, and then surgery, and like, do you know what I mean? It's just like it feels like it feels like quicksand. It feels like quicksand. It's like I'm trying, right? And then you remember, so you're like, no, at least I have this. At least this is okay. But really, I just want to like lay down and let the quicksand completely envelop me, and then be like here, you know, like actually be raised up from the dead. Like I really want to feel God's hand. Like, do you know what I mean? I really, really do want to feel Carrie Highland of all people. Just let it all go, like fall.
You are God's hand.
Damn it.
Like you okay. I think
Am I getting yelled at? Living your memories before the awakening. Ooh.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not getting yelled at. It's just constantly going back to feelings with you, right? Even when I was trying to kind of pull you out of it and saying, yeah, I relate, you kind of took it as this kind of thing to go even deeper on all of the issues of why you can't decide that you are already it and all the boundaries, right? Okay, so I was going to go down the path of saying, yeah, I've been there, and I still had to make the decision that no matter what I was feeling, I would just allow myself to feel it and just know that everything was working out. But even before I could
Did you know it, or did you just practice saying no? Do you see what I'm saying? Did you really know it within?
What's the difference?
Oh, really?
I mean, you tell me. What is the difference? Do you feel a certain type of way when you say your name?
I'm pretty indifferent about my name, frankly, because I
Exactly.
didn't choose it.
Exactly. I mean, it just is what it is, right?
See?
So I can't say emotions. Everything keeps getting tied to emotions, right? You're talking about like, oh, well, do I decide it or know it? What do you mean? Deciding and knowing and believe, it's all the same thing. It's simply a decision. If I start attaching feelings to decisions and knowing, well, now we're getting into a whole other problems, right? Now I'm just going to walk around believing I'm lying to myself. No, I simply decree it, right? Job 22:28, thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be added unto thee. It doesn't say thou shalt feel a thing. It doesn't say you should reprogram a thing. It doesn't say this has to be your dominant thought. You simply decide. How did you decide? By decreeing, by declaring. Doesn't matter what's going on. This is what it is. Now, when I say that, why do I know it? Because I just choose that is the truth. I choose that is the truth. What does that mean? It means I choose it. The same way if I chose it, the same way that I decide that if you call me Jerry, I'm not going to respond. It just is what it is. So we're constantly trying to make these formulas. It's the truth is everything's working out because you decide it, because you choose it, because you know it. It has nothing to do with the feeling. The emotions, let the feelings wash over you. Let them come, let them pass, right? You stay in the knowing of who you are. Give reality permission to be what it is and unfold perfectly for you. Give yourself permission to just know. Stop making it this effortful process. Just be still. Just stop trying to know and just know. You're trying to decide. You're trying to come up with this equation for the difference between deciding and knowing. I mean, it's the same thing. Whichever one is simpler for you. Just decide. Stop trying. Stop trying so hard and just know who you are and go back to the knowing even through the emotions. So that's what it was. It was, yeah, I'm going through these situations. Yes. You know what I'm saying? They could knock on the door any moment. Yes, I'm always feeling uncomfortable. Yes, I can't sleep. I don't know the last time I had a full night of sleep. Yes, my body always feels unsafe. Yes, I don't even want to go do anything. I don't want to go around family. I don't want nothing. All of that. Yes, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm just doing whatever, just doing stuff because I'm trying to make something happen, but I'm deciding that it's done. Is it a feeling? Is it a decision? It's whatever I decide. It's simply me deciding that whatever I say is the truth. No matter how I feel about it, this is the truth. It's just a decision.
And all else is background noise?
Exactly.
Okay. Even when like it's like no matter what, I have to make sure I keep this pace. You know what I'm saying? So even when the clock's ticking, that's background noise.
Yep. What happens if it gets taken away?
Yeah. What?
Let's play a game. Let's see what your conviction
I don't
is.
like this game, but go ahead.
We have to play it. What if it gets taken away?
I'm sorry, I made a noise over you.
Yeah. What if it gets taken away?
Oh no. No, can't play that game. I literally can't play that game.
Well, if you can't play that game, then you're not it. You haven't decided that you are it. If I tell you, what if it gets taken away? You say, even if it does, I would still have it. Like, even if it has to go beyond logic. Even if my mind goes to it taking.
Let's play this game. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So even if somebody comes and knocks on your door and tells you to get out.
Yes.
God makes a way out of no way. So you would simply get out, and guess what? For somehow, some way, it would still be yours. What would happen if right now in your mind you came up with a situation that implied that your place was getting taken away? What do? Do you run away from that situation and say, oh, no. If that happens, I'm not the person I desire to be? Well, then you're only being it conditionally. It's like somebody being like, oh, I want this specific person, but they're with this person, they're with another person. I was like, well, you're not with them then. You need to decide that no matter what you see, no matter where your mind goes, they are yours. You have to choose. It has to go beyond logic. It has to be unconditional, or else you're making it conditional. So if you're making it conditional, then guess what? You're not really it. And so what has to show up in your life if you're not it? The thing that proves you're not it. So you have to make the decision to make this unconditional. You cannot be scared of your thoughts. It's a thought. You have to be able to go there and say, even if that happens somehow, some way, it will work out because I have this. It's mine. It would be a mistake. They would figure it out. It's unconditional. It has to go beyond the logic. This is what separates the ones that walk the walk and the ones that talk the talk. Is that you make it unconditional. You absolutely decide what you have with conviction. What does conviction mean? It means it doesn't matter where my thoughts go. I can let my thoughts go, but I am with them. Huh?
Conviction to me is like not budging.
It's about how frequently do you go back to remind yourself, gently remind yourself. Not budging is, that's a tall task. You're going to have emotions.
Okay.
Your thoughts are going to sway, but it's about you reminding yourself who you are.
How fast you recover. and that's the thing I was gonna say is if
Not
that's what it is,
not
'cause
speed of recovery.
huh?
It's not how fast you recover. It's just that you do recover.
How fast you recover, right?
No,
From
just
forgetting.
just that you do.
Oh, right, okay.
How
So,
fast you recover just becomes a judgment of yourself. You're already it. You have been it this whole time.
so it's the animals, by the way. That like that's the trigger, right? And it's really complex. That will probably bore you, but like animals are dependent on this land, and yeah, it would. My point of saying that is the recovery is because there was again
It
where it's
doesn't,
like
but that doesn't matter because you're not gonna lose them. You're
right,
not gonna lose
but
it.
I wanna before I hang up with you like expose this yet again where I'm like there it is again what you pointed out in me, which is you like I heard what you said, which is you have to know this, right? No matter what, it goes beyond logic. And then when you played the game with me, it's like there it is again, damn it. And the body, it literally feels like I'm gonna faint. Like that's how impactful the responses are, right? And so it's like, how do I did you have that? How do you
Yes.
recover? How do you remember when the body, like when you're like not even in your body anymore, you can't see straight.
You
you're
give
dizzy.
yourself grace and you stop judging yourself like you're doing right now.
Oh.
You give yourself grace. You say, wow, look, I'm a human being. I have emotions. And now that the emotion has died down, I have remembered. And now I remember that even in the midst of that fire, I am still that which I desire to be. I have still been perfect.
I saw like a phoenix, that was nice. Yeah.
It's
It walks
that.
right to the fire.
Yes, it's unconditional acceptance, and it's loving yourself, and it's choosing to give yourself grace. It's giving yourself permission to love yourself. That's all.
You know what
There's,
scares me about it?
huh?
You know what scares me? This is super vulnerable, but um, yeah, I don't know. You know, see, I'm like squirming. I don't know that I've ever. I'm afraid that it's too late to learn how to do that. So if we could knock that limiting belief down, that would be nice because it's
Do
the
what?
ego's trying to love myself, like the
You
way
just are love. You just are love. So if you just are love, you simply choose ways to express that you are love. Meaning, I have a desire. Me loving myself is giving myself permission to have that desire unconditionally. Me choosing to love myself is deciding, like per se, like you don't have limiting beliefs. Like
No, it's true. It's true.
this is loving yourself. You just are love.
I'm observing. Just it's really good. Um, I'm glad. I'm grateful for what has come up in my awareness. This conversation, because once you know, you can't unknow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is I'm catching like none of this information is new, right? None of it. It's a reminder of what I've been. But what's new is the catching the judgment, right? Because immediately I want to defend myself. You know that I've already embodied this, right, Alex? You know I've already lived like this for years, right, Alex? You know then it changed,
No,
right?
you haven't.
And that's what, right? But see what I'm saying? It's that judgment. So it's that ruled by emotion, boxing in God, and constantly judging.
But it's a
That's
journey.
really
It's a journey, though. Okay, it's a journey, and you're not too late, right? Like you've the gifts and the calling. Romans 11:29, right? For the gifts and the callings of God are irrevocable. Meaning, once you have that gift, once you have that calling, once you have been given the desire, it's irrevocable. It can't be taken back. You have this desire to have this crib. You have that desire to not lose that land. It's done. It's irrevocable. You think that you're on this race against time. You're not. There is no time. You're simply, like, reality is just waiting for you to decide right now that you're tired of your excuses. You're tired of hiding behind excuses. You're tired of saying, but I feel like this. You're tired of saying, well, I don't know how to decide. How do I decide? How do I choose? It's tired of you running out. It's tired of you hiding behind those things, right? Just You have to make the decision to look at reality and say, look, it's all working out no matter what, no matter how I feel, no matter what thoughts start running, no matter what it looks like, even if the situation looked the exact opposite, guess what? It still is what I desire it is to be, or it still is what I desire it is. It's still working out for me.
Okay. Wow. The judgment thing's big, Alex. That's that religion, that's that dad, I see it. Even with, I'm seeing how I always had to, like, essentially be performative, right? To be safe. Like,
Yep.
in the home. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you.
From this point forward, it does not matter what the situation looks like. It does not matter if the situation looks optimistic. It doesn't matter if it looks great or it looks like absolute shit. It does not matter if you feel great or you feel like absolute shit. Somehow, some way, it will work out. That is the key to manifestation right there. Is no matter how I feel, no matter what I'm thinking, I cannot get closer or further from God. I am already all that there is. Therefore, I am already that which I desire to be. Unconditionally. Therefore, everything that I desire is already mine. Unconditionally. Unconditionally, meaning no conditions, meaning even if I think that it's gone, even if I imagine that that thing goes away, I must remind myself God makes a way out of no way. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if that SP is out there. Let's give some dramatic examples. I don't care if your specific person is married. Don't care. Don't care. If you are who you desire to be, you will make the decision. I don't care what you're mad. I don't care what the situation looks like outside of you. If you are who you desire to be, you will make the decision, and it will be unconditional, because the nature of your divinity is unconditional. This is not, you are not a mere mortal, all right? You are God experiencing and playing within itself. Miracles are your birthright. Miracles are normal. The lack of a miracle is the exception. And you can never have a lack of a miracle. You stand in the middle of a miracle. This is about remembering who you are. And when you remember who you are, all of the questions in the middle simply fade away. How do I choose? How do I decide? Do I feel it? Do I do that? All of that fades away. It's just all about a decision. It's all about a decision.
Can I ask you a blunt question before I go?
Mm-hmm.
And let it know you, maybe not. But I'm gonna wonder when I hang up. Because I have been wondering, and this is where the judgment comes from. So unlike me, but within this chapter, whatever's going on with me, whatever this part of the journey is, I'm noticing comparison rise up within me, right? Which is not something, I was known better than to do that, right? So what is the difference, would you say, between me and you? You
Nothing.
know that, wait, hold on though, because like, help a sister out in this way. I know that, but your life looks a lot different than mine right now. I don't want to be talking about like squeaking brakes and barely making rent, right? This is not, okay, but what I'm saying is, what is the difference? Is it the consistency? Is it the specificity? By the way, I do wonder, do we have to be specific?
No.
As far as knowing who we are? Do you know what I'm saying? What's the difference to go to the next level of embodiment?
It's that I am unconditional and you are being conditional.
Okay.
It's that I don't worry about specificity or vagueness. I don't worry about how often I return to something. I know I am it, whether I return to it once a day, once a minute, once a week. I simply know who I am, and I make that decision to return to that knowing just as often as I want to. But that becomes it's not about trying. I don't try. There's no trying. I just am it. That's it.
So to me, that is correct me if you think I'm wrong. To me, that's very loving to yourself. To me, I hear I'm giving it to myself. I chose to give it to myself and to stop arguing for why I can't, right?
Mm-hmm.
So once you say that's very loving, a loving
Are you trying?
decision.
Are you trying to condense this into something to say that you're not that?
No, I want to see where the hell was I going with that one because it felt juicy. It's very loving. It was more like, I was gonna say, was between the decision to do that and the situation you were in, similar to mine, kind of, right? When you were in the situation similar to mine, would you say that you were feeling pretty shit about yourself, like I currently am? Okay, so there's a jump there. There's a difference, right, between the decision and this. Let's just call it, for lack of better words, the state you were in when you were in my position. So you chose, is what I'm hearing. It's like you made the internal decision that no, I'm going to give this to myself. I choose this, right? That's quite a shift, isn't it?
You said,
I'm
is
just
it
seeing what
quite?
it
Is
is.
it quite a shift? Like, is it a big shift? No, it's not.
No.
Okay. What if
To
every
give
time
to yourself everything, the world, from
you're
not doing it?
you're measuring this as if it's some big task. The only thing that you have to do is decide that all the questions that you're asking are absolute nonsense and they don't matter because you already have it.
Okay.
That's
I
it.
felt that one.
It's not. This is.
So I'm literally in a fucking dream. I'm literally talking to you from an illusion right now. And you're looking into this chick sleep talking, and trying to get her to realize she's sleeping. Okay, you should hang up on me right now. I see. Okay.
Are you sure? Do you know? Are you clear?
I mean, I want to cuddle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd rather never hang up, but yeah. Hold on. I really thank you so much for your staying power. I always try to type it, may as well say it to you while I'm here. Like that, especially for girls like me, right, who had really scary dads. It's make me cry again. Like, it's really valuable. So thanks for that. Scary and mean. Like, it really is lovely because it rebuilds something, the architecture.
Yeah. It's no
It's
problem.
really valuable. Yeah, thank
It's
you.
no problem. It's even not thinking that even thinking that you're confused and thinking that you're doing something wrong, all of it is an illusion.
Yeah, I just feel like I fucked up and I want to go back 7 years. Like, honestly, it's like that. It's like that lame. It's that lame where the mind is coming in. It's like, I had it. You knew you had all. God gave you all these gifts. Look what why did you fuck it? Oh, you're fucked now. You're fucked. You're so fucked. It's like that. And then you're like, I can't believe I'm thinking. And then it's blah, 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 blah. The spiral.
Hey.
Sorry.
It's
a purge happening. That's all.
You've got to stop doing that. You've got to stop going back to the past and bringing up these stories and beating yourself up.
That's why I'm exposing it. It's important to expose.
You don't live there anymore. You only live right here. You're perfect right now. Right. You're not doing. I mean, look. Everything is working out for you. You're already everything you desire to be. Now, if you're already everything that you desire to be, simply make the choice that everything is working out unconditionally. Don't be scared of your thoughts. Don't be scared to go down the path of what if it doesn't happen, and remind yourself that even if that happens, it still would happen. It unconditionally.
That's a beautiful that little twist, that bit. That's new for me. That bit that you've injected. Just so you know.
It's okay.
That's, I think for someone like me, that's an important one,
Yeah.
It's like, let's go there, but I don't want to go there. No, we need to go there, because look. Oh.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I didn't know that was a condition. That bit.
It is. It's all a condition. You just are it right now. There's no space in consciousness. Right? There's no distance in consciousness. There's no distance between who you are now and the person you desire to be. There's no conditions and no distance in consciousness and in God. God is omnipresent, boundaryless, right? Borderless, no edges. So it's impossible for you. It's impossible for there to be any space between you and the person you desire to be, or you to the thing, or you and the thing that you want. The only distance is the illusion that we put there by acting like we're not it.
Yeah. So the outside is because when we want to argue and go, yeah, but my life looks like this, so I'm not it, right? Is because we have been putting the illusion on top of it, and that's why our external world looks the way it does when we don't like it.
Precisely.
Fair?
Precisely.
Okay.
And it's not even that. That's why the world looks the way it does. The world looks the way it does just because the world just is. It's consciousness. It's all possibilities, infinite possibilities.
Sure, right. But when we're on the subject of what we desire and wanting to experience it in the physical, when the mind says, yeah, but why? It's because your focus was here and this is what you believed. And so it has to reflect that. If I want a car that doesn't have shitty brakes and that I'm actually proud to get in, but I'm not in that car and I have a car I don't like with shitty brakes, right?
It's
I'm
just,
saying it looks like that.
It's unfolding. Then it's still unfolding for you. Yes. You already have the car. You're the identity of the person that has the car. It's unfolding, right?
Oh, so I wanted to put a judgment on the fact that the car isn't the shiny car.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable. But see, I'm telling you, that's important. I'm so glad that came up.
Yeah, it's all unfolding for you. It's that radical acceptance of who you desire to be is who you are right now. It's accepting it.
I thank you from the core of my being. Truly, I did not plan on speaking to you tonight. I was like, go to bed. I really want to say thank you. I saw all the lovely things, peoples, and the fact that you guys gave me gifts tonight is just like, you just kicked my ego's ass, which is pretty rad. So thank you.
Yeah, y'all are super kind.
Isn't that so beautiful, Alex?
Yeah. Everybody is very kind.
Well, love you. Thank you.
Love you.
Thanks everyone for your patience.
Love you too, man. Where are you located?
Right now I'm in North Carolina.
North Carolina, gotcha.
In the middle of nowhere woods.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's right. About an hour outside of Raleigh.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, go, no, yeah, right, me people? You will. Just kidding. I'm so grateful. Thank you for the love.
Good do.
You and you have to be the one to remember.
I have to be the what?
You have to hang me up because remember we don't know how to do it.
Gotcha. I got you.
Bye. Thank you.
Later, man. That was cool. It was a cool discussion. I'm from Dallas. Dallas. How to accept as if I'm already dead. So you tell me. How do you simply accept and choose, make a decision, know that you are the person that you desire to be? Let's play a game, everybody. Everybody right now, I want you to think about your name. Think of your name. Everybody think about your name. Right now, you know that's your name. Right? You know that's your name. Okay. You just know it, right? Now I want you to define the knowing. Define the knowing of your name. Don't define how you know that's your name. Define what the knowing of your name means. Define the knowing when it comes to your name. Exactly. Elaborate. Exactly. I don't get it. Exactly. Me neither. This is how I feel whenever y'all ask me, how do I know something? I don't fucking know how to tell you how to know something. You just know. The same way you just know your name. How can somebody tell you how to know your name? You just know it. You just decide. You choose. There's the whole point. How do you know that you are the person you desire to be? You choose to know. You choose to know. Yeah, they change their name and then they choose to know their new name. Guys, come on. You thought you got me with that one, huh? Yeah, I know people change their name. They sure do. But guess what? They get to decide. They know the same way that you change your age every year, right? If you forget, if your birthday was yesterday, right? And you turned 30 and you say 29. Oh, because you forgot and say 29, does that make you less 30? Or do you just remember, oh, no, I'm 30 actually? Y'all get where I'm going with this? If your birthday is tomorrow, how old are you going to turn? I'm turning 30. You wake up at midnight. How old are you? Oh, I'm 29. Oh, shit, my bad. I'm 30. Does that make you less 30 because you forgot for a second? No. Now, how do you know that? How do you know that you're 30? What's a birth certificate? No, you just know. But at this time, you just know. You don't pull out your birth certificate to check your name every time or check your age every time. Don't play the games. Don't play the birth certificate games with me. What's the birth certificate? My birth certificate says this. No, you just know. The same way that you just know that you are prosperity from now on. What if I accidentally forget? I remind myself. I remember. Oh, no. It doesn't mean that. Okay. Let's say that your birthday was last week. You turned 30. All right. I've been 30 for a week. All right, cool. Now somebody asked me this week or at the end of the week and they say, how old are you? And I say, oh, I'm 29. Oh shit, 30. Does that mean I wasn't 30 for the full week before? Just because I said 29 today, I wasn't 30 for the full week before? No. I still have been 30. Why? Because I just know I've been 30 for a week. So when you make a decision that you are prosperity now, and then you're like, oh, I forgot. Let me start. Now I have to start over. That makes no sense. You've been prosperity. You've been God this whole time. You simply have to remember. So even the affirmations and the state of sleep and all that nonsense that y'all do, right? All of that should just serve as a reference point in time where you made a decision on who you are. I've already decided that I'm prosperity. I've already decided I'm loved. I've already decided that that person is mine. You've already decided. Okay? Aging backwards till you get back to 30. That's what I'm talking about. Do that. Do that. Set an intention based on that. Yeah. Hey, Tam, I appreciate you. So you feel stuck? Do you believe that your feelings are creating an experience that you don't want? Or do you believe that your feelings are just a sign that you're human and you're alive? It's just proof of your existence, proof of life. What do you believe the feelings mean? Appreciate you. I was spilling gems today. You need a duffel bag and pick them up. Collecting them gems like solo leveling, right? Like Sung Jin Woo in the fucking dungeons. Appreciate your ash. Yes, Lisa. Yes, Lisa. Exactly, Lisa. What if someone is feeling like they don't want to be alive? Sorry. Well, I would advise them. I probably wouldn't advise them. I'd probably tell them to call a different number than mine, because they can offer them help. But that's something that people do hint a lot on this path. They hint towards it. Well, what is the reason anymore? What is the purpose of life then? And it's always going to come down to, well, the purpose of life is whatever you decide it is. You are the purpose. You are the purpose of life, right? And if we can't find something within our life that's beautiful enough to want to build onto, whether it's our relationships with family or friends or a loved one or money or, with some kind of calling or purpose, some kind of thing or task that we feel called to doing, well, I mean, man, open your eyes to everything that's around you, all the beauty around you. What else would you rather be doing? But of course, that is my perspective, right? I feel that they mean what matter what I do in this loop. Yeah, when they feel this helpless, then what? When they can't see it. It's another thing, right? Is that I have made peace with the fact, right? And of course, this is an assumption, but I have made peace with the fact that I cannot drag someone else into seeing the beauty in their life. I could point it out to them from my perspective. I can hint at it to them from my perspective. I can give them examples from my perspective. I can show them love to the best way that I know how, right? But we all have to pick up our own cross, right? We all have to open our eyes and realize that we're sitting in the middle of a miracle, right? No one can do that for me. No one could have came and sat in my life and pointed out all the things that I could have been grateful for. I had to do that. People could tell me, but if I didn't have the eyes to see, I just didn't have the eyes to see, right? So on that path, like, we try, right? And that's the best that you can do is try, right? You bring people up and tell them, like, okay, what about this? What about this? Look at all this. Look at all this. You talk to people. You point out beautiful things. But I still understand that, first of all, it's just my perspective. I'm an outsider. It's my perspective. The same way that people can come into my life and say, what about this? What about this? And I'll say, what about that shit? What about it? What's so great about it? Is the same way that other people might feel when I'm doing that, right? So it's accepting that everybody just is where they are. My job, I have dropped the desire. I have no desire to play savior to anyone. I do this and have these conversations because I enjoy them. Because, people that resonate on this path, I enjoy connecting with them. I enjoy building the community. It's fun, right? I talk about this all the time anyway. Why not get up here and talk about it, right? It's just fun. But if I believed that I was out here and I was just, first of all, that would be pure spiritual ego, me thinking that I'm just converting people to the quote unquote truth. I ain't converting nobody, right? I'm sitting here just telling my truth. That's it. But my truth is just my truth. Some people are going to be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Some people are going to say, this motherfucker here is insane. Get him off the internet. That's fine. You have the right to go either way, right? I'm still going to be here talking shit the next day, right? Just is what it is. But if the goal is to convert and save people, right? Well, now it starts being a numbers game. You start having these ulterior motives, right? You don't interflow as much. You're constantly trying to correct anybody that has a disagreeing opinion. You're trying to correct them. Oh my God, what a pain in the ass. All right, so it's simply about being, right? Allowing the I am to speak through you, and however it needs to in this moment. Okay. Appreciate you, Donnie. Appreciate you. I am Danny. Ain't gonna lie, you're gonna have to give me some time before we do a one-on-one. I gotta be more. I don't want to half-ass it when y'all come up here. Oh, my bad, Source. My bad, Source. Shit. Thank you for telling me that. Let me send you the link right now. I'm tripping. How the hell do I share this shit? Oh, here it is. Invite links. Did I send you the recording? Don't listen to Yessie. You kind of are. No, I'm just playing. Did I send you the recording? I don't. I think I did. I'm sure I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. I see it right here. I'm gonna send you this group, all right? It's a group. Don't you fucking start blowing my ass up with questions, all right? I'm gonna send this to you. If I see 3 questions pop up in the next couple minutes, I'm gonna delete your shit, okay? I'm gonna delete you. I'm just giving you a warning, okay? All right, I'm about to hit the send. Don't make me regret it. No, I'm just playing with you. I appreciate you, Daisy. Here come 3 paragraphs. So I've just been thinking, and Ooh-wee. I told Yessie today, I was like, hey, look, I'm going to have to respond to your question a little later because I'm kind of tied up. She going to say, okay, cool. Let me know if it's anything that helps. And she sent the original question in a voice note. So I was like, I can't play it. I can't play it because I'm tied up because I was at the hospital. She summarized that shit in a text message. Oh, that shit was so funny to me. She was like, oh, okay. No, that's fine. That's fine, Alex. I got you. Don't worry. I just summarized this shit to you real quick. Oh, man. I know you didn't. It was just funny to me. I know you didn't. I know you didn't. Yes, yeah, I was just playing. Just looking out for me. Just looking out for me, I know. Just making sure I don't miss anything. Appreciate that. No, you didn't, Daisy, but I already knew that you would. What happened? What do I enjoy about being a coach? Or what do I consider? I enjoy breakthrough moments. That, oh, I get it moment. The empowering of someone to make a choice when they actually choose to make the choice. I love that. That's pretty rewarding. But outside of that, I just like doing this. I just like talking. Honestly. Y'all can't tell? I just like talking. Like, I do this in my life anyway. Is I sit around and I talk about this. This is literally what I do. I talk to people about I am awareness. I was doing it before I was on content. I was talking about manifestation with people. Hey, bro, you know that you can change your life. Like, hey, you know you don't have to believe this shit anymore, right? This is what I did. People just send me stuff and just call me for advice all the time. I was like, you know what? Let me just do this. So it's just what I do. The verse that says life and death is in the power of the tongue, and those that love it will eat its fruit, right? Those that love it. I love it. I love the law. I love the law. I love I am awareness. I love unity consciousness. It's the number one priority in my life. Everything else is secondary. Knowing that I am God is the number one priority in my life. Everything else falls second. Everything. Because everything stems from it. Right? So this is my priority in my day-to-day life, is the remembrance that I am source. That's it. I live my life for this. Right? Like, when I get off of here, I'm never exhausted. I'm never really tired. Well, I do get sleepy, right? But I'm never really tired of talking about it because this is who I am. Like, I don't have to put on a persona to get up here. I don't have to put on a persona to turn on the camera. This is why I literally walked in the crib today, put the phone in the charger a little bit, made some food, came back, turned this shit on, pulled up a document that has already been written. We've already went through this document and said it in a completely different way today. It's easy. This shit is easy. It's fun. I like doing it. It's no stress. That's why any question that y'all have, I just fire off on that motherfucker. I just get right to it. So I can just stay up here and talk for hours, twice a day. My belief in my ability to deliver this content is absolutely delusional. It's absolutely top notch. I don't think anyone else can get this point across more clear than I can. I don't. I don't believe anybody can spit this shit the way that I can. At all. My delusion is on another level. I don't think people can see through people's bullshit like I can see their weak spots, can help them, can push them to their power like I can. I think any conversation that somebody has with me, they will be on the edge and ready to jump into their power. They'll just have to make a decision. I can't tell you a conversation I've had on this where the person, by the time we have finished talking, they have not simply had a choice to make. And the choices decide that you are it or not. I can't tell you when it hasn't happened with any coach. And I always be bragging and be like, yeah, it's 100% success rate. Truly is. Truly, well, a couple of y'all in the comment section looking at me right now, so yeah, maybe about a 97% chance, right? Y'all still got a couple sessions booked. So y'all wait until y'all's packages expire for y'all to actually make the goddamn decision. But it's cool. I still love y'all. I still love y'all. A couple of y'all tiptoeing around the decision. I would make the decision, but I still got a call left on Thursday with your ass. You still got two more? You still got two more? I thought you had three. Oh, okay, two, cool. That's cool too. Oh yeah. No, you're right. You have two because I sent you. God damn. Nah, please don't save package number two. Yes, if you have any other questions after this next session. Oh man. Oh wait. Yeah, it does get easier and easier to go back to the decision. I deleted that YouTube stream, yes. But it absolutely gets easier and easier to go back to the decision, for sure. 100%. What are you doing, Amanda? What was it? Build our foundation on Christ, the solid rock. And then said, oop, I'm in the wrong place. Oh, man. So my mom went yesterday shopping dresses for a wedding. And on the way home, you came back and I told her, yeah. All right, if I'm your pastor, everybody start tithing right now. How about that? Lock the doors. Lock the doors. Yeah, we finna collect these tithings. Lock the exit button, TikTok. Lock the exit button. You finna collect these tithes. Oh, wait. Hell yeah, that was insane. That shit was insane. I've yet to see the full context of it, but that is crazy. Lock the doors. No, lock the doors. Close the doors. Hell nah. Imagine visiting the church for that day. Imagine being a fucking visitor. My mom made you go to church that day. You just visiting town, mom made you go to church with her. Oh. God. You was trying to go to the strip club tonight? That's right. I was trying to go to Palomino. Yeah, I saw that. It's not the 2K. It's not 2K, so the mother give him the 1K. Yeah, I saw that. That was wild, too. I said 2,000. I said, damn. Damn. Who is your SP, Marie? Who is your SP? That was the wild comment that just flashed across the screen, too. That was a wild comment. That came out the middle of nowhere, too. Yeah, I speak on SPs. We can talk about SPs. If you have an SP question, we can absolutely talk about it. No problem. Somebody came and dropped a wild comment and disappeared into the abyss. Fresh fish. Having multiple SPs. If you want to do that, you can do that too. Shoot, from that comment, it don't sound like they wanted me. It sounds like they already had me. From that comment, it sounds like the damage was already done. It doesn't sound like they wanted anything. It sounded like the damage was already done.